studio. Momo is, not surprising, late. What's going on, Em? How you doing?
I'm doing well. It's been a hectic morning, but I did listen to a podcast that I think you'll be interested in, okay?
Okay.
So I know that you have...
Is it about Andy Cohen or Bravo TV or young housewives on Bravo TV?
Not exactly, but one of your favorites is mentioned. So that's why I wanted to bring it up. So I listened to this podcast called The Big Picture, and it's Sean Fennessy. I'm sure you've heard him on Rewatchables.
Yeah, I love the whole podcast network over there.
Yeah, and then Amanda Dobbins is his co-host for Big Picture.
Awesome.
And they talk about all things movies. They're one of the premier podcasts about movies. So they did a 35 under 35 actor rankings. And it's not based on like how good they are. Basically, it's if you're a movie star.
Okay,
can you
so
sell?
How many of the top 10 do you think I will even know?
I think you'll know at least 5.
All right, who's 10?
Number 10 is Austin Butler.
Know him, played Elvis.
Mm-hmm.
Used to date Cindy Crawford's daughter.
Right. And he has done some interesting stuff in the past and has a big future ahead of him. So number 9 is Elle Fanning. Do you know Elle?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Okay, great. So that's 2 for 2 so far.
I just saw her in something that I thought she was really good in. Oh, I watched the Dylan movie.
Yes. A Complete Unknown.
Doesn't Elle play Bob Dylan's girlfriend in that movie?
Yes,
okay.
she does.
Yeah,
and then she's also going to be in a movie on Apple TV Plus that you might enjoy. It's called Margot's Got Money Problems, and Nicole Kidman's in it, I think.
All right, I'm just telling you right now, your over-under that you set on me at 5, I'm going to blow past.
Okay.
I'm feeling very good about this.
Okay, number
Who's
8? Florence Pugh. I think you know her from Star Face.
I don't know if I saw her, but here's why that name rings a bell. Wasn't she in the movie that Olivia Wilde directed?
Yes, that was a train wreck.
And then they both ended up dating the lead actor?
Well, no. So Florence never dated Harry Styles, but Olivia's are dating Harry Styles, and Florence got mad because it kind of derailed a lot of the shooting days.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
So
anyway.
hey, I'm 3 for 3.
All right,
Who's
7? Anya Taylor-Joy.
She's so basic. She's the
No. It's not her.
Oh, then I don't know who Anya Taylor-Joy is.
She was in Queen.
She wasn't the.
She was in Queen. Sorry. She was in Queen's Gambit. She was also in. She's gonna be in the Dune movies. She's really strikingly beautiful. She's like very pale and has like super blonde hair.
Sounds British. Is she British?
She's actually Argentinian.
Okay.
But yeah. So.
All right, missed the first miss.
Number 6 is Jacob Elordi.
Know him.
Yes.
I know he's on Euphoria, which I don't watch, but the reason I know Jacob Elordi is because he hosted SNL.
Yes, and he was very good at that. At least I thought. Number 5 is Millie Bobby Brown.
Okay. I know that name, but I can't tell you anything she's been in.
She is married to a Bon Jovi now.
Okay.
She was in Stranger Things. So she was the
biggest.
biggest
That's my second miss.
breakout of
Okay.
that. Number 4, Tom Holland.
Yeah, Spider-Man.
Yep.
He's the one married to Zendaya.
Yes.
Who I'm guessing is coming up on this list.
Or like rumored to be married. Who knows?
Yeah.
But they're dating. Number 3, your favorite. Give it a guess.
Sydney Sweeney.
It is Sydney Sweeney.
That's so funny. There's various things that I fall asleep to on the Fire Stick. And last night,
it's Christy. The movie,
no. I fell asleep to Anyone But You, which I actually thought was a pretty good movie.
Yeah, no, that is a good little rom-com. I thought her and Glenn Powell were great. And Glenn Powell is not eligible for this list. He is not under 35.
Okay.
Number 2 is Zendaya. And number 1 is my boy, Timothée Chalamet.
Well, he deserves to be number 1.
Yeah.
But 8 out of 10. Suck it, Hebel.
Honestly, that's pretty impressive. And do you generally agree? Do you think that they kind of nailed... because you know all these people, and you're not. I wouldn't say you're a cinephile.
I'm a big fan of movies and TV, like you.
Yeah.
So I don't know anybody else off the top of my head that I would have put in there.
I would think of like people that have hosted SNL. You know, a lot of these people have hosted SNL, or like you wouldn't be surprised if they did.
Right.
You know.
Well, both Jacob Elordi and Sydney Sweeney killed it on SNL. I'm guessing Zendaya has hosted SNL probably more than once.
I don't think she has, but I think it's one of those things like maybe she's waiting for the right time or the right opportunity. The one I have the biggest bone to pick with is Tom Holland. How is he number 4 when all he is Spider-Man? I'm just saying he has not done anything.
Pretty big franchise, though.
But he's not done anything besides Spider-Man. And he's going to be in the Odyssey, though, this summer. But he has not done anything good besides Spider-Man, so I don't know.
I know we got to go, but I will tell you this. That lists like this, stories like this, like where did it appear? Where did you get that list from?
This is from the Big Picture, and they're going to post on their socials soon.
Okay, so that's a little better, but because I don't think Sean and Amanda necessarily can be corrupted. But a lot of times when you read articles about this, it's somebody's agent did a really good job to get them on. What it used to be getting on the cover of magazines, now they pop up in the front of articles online.
Yeah.
But I don't think Amanda and Sean were influenced by their, especially Sean. He does like 500 movie podcasts a year.
I would say if you guys are interested in movie podcasts, The Big Picture is a great one to check out. And I think Ramona's here, and so I think it's time to start the show, John.
Beautiful. Talk to you in a minute. See ya.
On Saturday, May 9th. Join me and my family for the 5K walk run and help support our Los Angeles community. Registration is now open at walkunitedla.org, where you can sign up for Team Rams and learn more. Our team is only as strong as our city, and this walk is about uplifting all Angelinos in need. I can't wait to see y'all at the Rams house on May 9th.
John Ireland here. You want a vodka that's championship caliber? Look for Blue Ice Vodka at Ralph's, America's largest potato vodka. Double gold rated, just 64 calories an ounce. Classic, huckleberry, or double espresso. Blue Ice Vodka. Vodka with standards.
When it's game time, there's no room for hesitation, and you better believe GM John Good will make you a great deal at George Chevrolet. Whether you're rolling in a power-packed Silverado, loading up the family in a spacious Chevy Traverse, or going all electric, John Good has the great deal you want at George Chevrolet. Amazing pricing, zero pressure, and the next level Chevy vehicles you want are at George Chevrolet, conveniently located off the 91 at Lakewood in Bellflower. Or shop at georgechevy.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Hey guys, it's Cappy for Jacob and Ronnie. You get into a car accident, you call Jacob and Ronnie. You have a slip and fall accident, you call Jacob and Ronnie. 800-345-6789. Count on Jacob for every accident type. Call Jacob.
You're sitting at a red light or stuck in traffic, and your phone lights up. Maybe it's a text, a video call, a new post, or a quick notification you think you can check in a second. It feels harmless, but the truth is, once your eyes leave the road, you're not really driving anymore. And traffic doesn't pause just because you do. That split second of distraction can throw off everything. Your reaction time, your awareness, your ability to avoid someone else's mistake. You could damage your car, injure yourself, or hurt someone you care about. Or you could get pulled over for a reminder that your phone isn't worth the risk. So before you start driving, make it easy on yourself. Put your phone on silent. Toss it in the glove box. Set it to Do Not Disturb. Put the phone away or pay. Paid for by NHTSA.
The home of Rams football, and now the home of The Rich Eisen Show. Weekdays 9 a.m. to noon, KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
ESPN 710, Los Angeles Sports.
And it is the biggest show on the radio. Mason and Ireland is on for your Thursday afternoon.
Mason, Ireland, best show on the radio.
Here we go, Thursday, the 9th of April. The biggest show on the radio. Johnny I is back today, along with Momo, who's sitting in for Mace. Johnny I and Momo, we've got Lakers-Warriors tonight. The Dodgers having the day off after losing yesterday in Toronto. That stinking Jack Dreyer out of the bullpen. I mean, Fred Dreyer, TV's Hunter, would have been better yesterday in relief. I already did that joke earlier in the day on ESPN LA, but I'm doing it again. Plus, it is Masters Thursday, the tradition unlike any other. Let's do it. Producer Emily's here, producer Brian Cohen, the social team in the back, and you.
Gypsy Dew between his legs.
So with that said, let's get this show on the road.
Mason in Ireland.
What they call me is a cornhole savant.
Yeah.
With Momo, your Thursday afternoon right now.
Oh.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Momo.
What up?
How are you?
I'm okay. I was at the Clippers Oklahoma City game last night.
Oh, I'm sorry you had that straw.
Well, I had a choice. I could go to the Lakers Oklahoma City game or the Clippers one, and I chose to go to the Clippers one.
Well,
because,
you probably saw a closer game. How much did they win by last night?
20-something points. You know.
Well, it's not 31.
Yeah. But I was hating myself because the Clippers had this promotion of the Chris Dunn cookie jar. They're promoting him for
all defensive team or something.
Right. He's been a really good defender all
Yeah,
year
really
for
good.
them.
But then they send me home with this jar of cookies, and I had this whole day that I was pretty good. And I'm driving home with the jar of cookies, and I'm like, I'm definitely going to eat those on the drive home. And then I hate myself afterwards.
Okay, so Lisa has a theory, and I'm curious if you and Emily and Brian.
Yeah.
Good morning, Emily and Brian.
Good morning.
Hello.
They were good cookies. They weren't just like,
Okay, so they've aged out. The girls on my street have aged out for
Girl Scouts.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
Girl Scouts.
Yeah.
So when they like one of the girls that I bought Girl Scout cookies from every year was Riley Feldman, Bruce Feldman's daughter. She lives two doors down from me. And so we all wanted to support Riley and buy cookies. And so she would come over and she would deliver the cookies. And Lisa would look at me and she would say, "Get those out of the house."
Yes.
And I went, "Well, why don't we just have them here in case when people are over, if they feel like having cookies?" She goes, "You don't understand."
Yeah.
She said, "If those are in the house, eventually I will get to them."
This is how I feel about King's Hawaiian rolls.
Like,
if it's in the house, I'm
you will
going to eat
consume
them.
Eat them bare?
Yeah.
I'll eat them anywhere. I'm trying to rhyme with bear.
You'll eat them in a house. You'll eat them with a mouth.
Yes, exactly. Those King's Hawaiian roll to me are like, they're so good. You microwave them with a little butter. You have them just cold. It doesn't matter.
Do you guys
make a
all
little sandwich out of it. Oh,
describe to the theory out of sight, out of mind.
Yes.
Like if in my scenario would all of, and so you know what I always do, Momo, with those cookies is I just bring them in.
Well, that's what I should have done. I was like, I saw Brian sitting here. Oh, I should have brought those cookies from the Clipper game.
See, mine is Diet Coke. I can't have Diet Coke in the house, or else I will drink like 4 Diet Cokes
there's
a day.
no penance for that. Like you drink a Diet Coke, you feel bad about yourself, but it's not
Ramona, you're gonna get a phone call from Lisa Ireland.
Oh, I know.
Diet Coke's not good for you.
They're not good for you. I stopped drinking soda a while ago. All I drink now is like 1 glass of Coke Zero every couple of days. That's it.
Yeah, Emily, you know what Lisa calls Diet Coke?
Fridge cigarette.
No, Brian, do you remember what my wife calls Diet Coke?
I don't remember.
Liquid Death.
Yeah.
Which is actually the name of an energy
water.
drink.
I thought it was water, isn't it?
They call
water,
the kids call Diet Coke a fridge cigarette now because it's kind of the same way people will have a cigarette. Like, oh, I just need a Diet Coke to take the edge off.
Oh, I know.
And so, yeah, that's basically what it is.
My dad used to drink a glass of Diet Coke every morning as his wake up drink.
Wow.
I was like, oh my God.
It's probably as bad for you as coffee is.
Yeah. Oh, I think it's worse. Coffee's fine. Coffee actually has antioxidants. It's not so bad for you.
If you ever want to see what Diet Coke does, get a really sticky, corroded penny and stick it in a glass of Diet Coke and look at it an hour later.
I remember, when I first was...
It's everything comes off it.
But so John, you're like a road warrior, though. So you always have access to snacks.
Yes.
And you can say no? You're good?
Yeah, I am good. Matter of fact, I'm pretty careful about when I had that incident a couple of years ago in Idaho when I got super dehydrated. The first thing I do in the morning, salute to your dad, to your late great father, I drink a giant 1-liter bottle of water with liquid IV in it just to put me on the right side of hydrated.
Yep.
And so throughout the day, I'm pretty careful. Now, as I've gotten older, I'm pretty careful what I eat and what I don't. But let's get to the good stuff.
Yeah.
There is a bunch of things going on today, including, as Chris mentioned, the Masters. Again this year, Beto does a Masters pool for all of his friends.
Okay.
And then he sends it to me, and I send it to all my friends. So there's a pool with, 30, 40 people in it. And you got to pick everybody in tiers. So in the top tier, I normally go Rory McIlroy because he grew up 10 minutes from my dad. Matter of fact, last year, McIlroy helped me win it. But this year, I just had a feeling, Momo.
Yeah?
I had a feeling. I said, I know who's going to win.
Ooh.
I can feel it.
Who do you got?
Bryson DeChambeau.
Okay.
So I get up this morning here in San Francisco, turn on the TV. DeChambeau is even through 9 holes. So, okay. Hasn't made his move yet.
Yeah.
Pars 10. Gets to the 11th. Triple bogey. 7. I'm done. I'm cooked. And McIlroy leading the tournament.
Yeah, I'm watching it right now. He's -5 through 15.
Yeah.
Burns is -5, so they're the co-leaders.
It's just Thursday.
Yeah, but you can't win it on Thursday, but you can lose it.
Yeah, you can lose it.
You throw up an 80 and you're in big trouble. So we'll get to that.
So what did DeChambeau end up with today?
He's still going.
Oh, God.
He's still out there. So we'll keep you posted.
He's 7 over?
Is he that? No. I don't think he's 7 over.
Okay.
I think he's like 4 over.
Okay.
But which probably wouldn't make the cut. But he just didn't play well. So we'll keep an eye on that. Lakers open a back-to-back tonight here in San Francisco. They play the Warriors here tonight, and then we play Phoenix tomorrow night. As you guys know, ever since the injury news, and Momo, I haven't talked to you since those guys got hurt.
Well, we were on the air when Luka's news came out.
Right. And then we got the double whammy that Austin was out. Brian, give me a little breaking news, because the Lakers may have caught a huge break. 10 minutes ago, here in the great city of San Francisco, I got word from the Warriors, Steph Curry out.
Oh.
Now, and by the way, Momo, it's not just Steph Curry.
Everyone.
They now have, and I'm not making this up, 10 people. A basketball team you can only dress 13.
Oh, my God.
They have 10 people on the injury report.
Jeez.
Are you ready? Jimmy Butler out. Al Horford out. Moses Moody out. Kristaps Porzingis out. Quentin Post out.
Wow.
Steph Curry out. Will Richard doubtful. Charles Bassey questionable.
Wow.
Guy Santos questionable. LJ Cryer probable. You go, LJ. Now, normally I would never celebrate an injury report.
Yeah.
And you've heard me talk about this before. You and I are in the business of entertainment. When we go to games, we want everybody healthy, want everybody to play.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to make an exception this weekend, because the Lakers right now appear to be headed for the 5 seed. They were in before those two guys got hurt, they were solidly the 3. Denver caught them and passed them, so now Denver's a game and a half up. We are tied with Houston. We have the exact same record as Houston. We cannot fall to the 6. Minnesota is probably going to be the 6. They could slide to the 5 if Houston went on some type of weird losing streak, but Houston's won 9 in a row, and Denver has won 10 in a row. So those two teams are kind of sprinting to the finish. But, Momo, the reason the Steph news is really important is because I had this as a loss if he played.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he would dominate a game that had no Austin and no Luka. With him out and with all those other guys out, I now think LeBron can take over the game.
Mm-hmm.
And if the Lakers win, all right, they would obviously maintain pace with Houston. They're both 50 and 29. But it gives the Lakers hope because, and this is a big kind of if with the whole weekend, the Lakers have the tiebreaker. So I thought they had to win 2 games in order to stay in the 4.
Uh-huh.
I now think they win tonight. I could be wrong. They lost in Dallas the other
I also
night.
have a little news for you.
What is it?
The Lakers play Friday against Phoenix, correct?
Correct.
There is some talk that Phoenix, which is pretty much locked in.
No, not pretty much. As of last night, they are. They're
okay?
the 7. They can't go up or down. By the way, Golden State is the 10.
Yeah, they're locked.
They can't go up or down, which I think is related, Momo, where you're going.
Yes.
Because that's why Golden State's sitting so many people. These games don't matter.
Right.
And you're right. They don't matter to Phoenix either. So could they catch a break with the Suns too?
So what I've heard, and one of the Phoenix reporters that I follow, who's pretty locked in, said Kellen Olson. He said last night that Booker can't get to the 65 games, and therefore he may rest during some of the last games here because he just wants to be healthy for that play-in game next week.
Makes sense. And so
they
Lakers
lost Jaylen Green last night to a hamstring or a knee or something.
All right, so I have a question, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So basically it's whether they got the 4 or 5 right now.
Correct.
How big of a difference?
Mathematically, they could still get the 3, but I don't think it's happening.
Yeah.
How much is home court advantage a benefit? Because didn't the Lakers have home court advantage last year against the Timberwolves and it didn't mean anything?
Mm-hmm.
Correct. And I don't know with our injuries, Em, it's a fair question, that it'll mean anything this year. I don't know if the Lakers don't get those 2 guys back if they can win a first-round series, no matter who it's against.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think they could, Momo? If they don't have Austin and don't have Luka,
I think they can get a game. Yeah. Look.
No, could they win a series though?
I don't know.
All right.
I don't know.
By the way,
could they win a whole series? I think we're talking about Houston. And
I would say, and this is not mathematical.
Yeah.
This is just me and what I know.
Yeah.
I would say 90% chance we're playing Houston. It's just a matter of if we
It's
start
at home
in Texas.
I
or
think
at
it
home.
really. It's funny because on the one hand, I think it would be good to have home court advantage, of course, but if you want to extend the series, like this idea that Luka could come back or something,
right?
Would it be better to have games 3 and 4 at home? Right?
Yeah, a friend of mine sent me that and said the only issue with that is Luka and Austin are rehabbing, and the doctors and the medical staff go to where the team goes. So they'd have to make a decision to fly him to Houston, even though they weren't going to play, or leave some of the medical staff at home. You can do that.
Yeah.
Here,
let me read you exactly the thing on Devin Booker, by the way.
Okay.
Kellen Olson said, Devin Booker could finish a game short of qualifying for end-of-season awards with the 65-game rule, having minutes requirements, even if he plays the last 2 games. So he said last night that he might opt for rest in at least one of the next 2 games. Sounded like he'd appreciate a short break.
Well, here's hoping that Devin gets a short break. Is he still is he still dating Kylie Jenner?
Kendall, and I don't think so. Because
Kylie dates
with
Chalamet,
exactly.
Right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think Kendall, is single currently.
He needs a weekend in Calabasas. Devin can reconnect with Kendall Jenner and just leave us to. And
But look,
Momo,
they got the 7-8 game probably on Tuesday of next week. So if you're Phoenix, like, you don't need to play in the game Friday. You need to get as much rest as possible. I don't think you didn't have to play in either of the other 2 games.
Speaking of like rest and recovery and all this stuff, I was listening to Bill Simmons, and they were doing their half-baked ideas.
Yeah.
They had an idea about how to long-term fix these injury problems, but we can talk about it in the next segment if you want to, guys.
Yeah, and the other thing I want to point out is, all right, so the Lakers and the Rockets have the same record. But right now, the Lakers are the 4, and Houston is the 5 because the Lakers have the tiebreaker. The Lakers finish Golden State tonight without Steph. Phoenix tomorrow night, maybe without Booker.
And maybe Jaylen Green.
And then Sunday they play Utah, who's not trying to win. So if the Lakers win out, they're the 4. Here's who Houston plays. If the Lakers stumble, they would slide to the 5. Houston plays 3 home games, okay? Philadelphia
Who
tonight.
is highly motivated to win because they want to get the 6th seed in the East.
Okay. Philadelphia tonight, they'll be favored. Minnesota tomorrow night.
That's a big one.
Right. Minnesota could move up to the 5, so everybody's going to play in that game. I don't know if Ant-Man's healthy yet or not, but I think everybody plays in that game. And then they have a freebie on Sunday. They play Memphis. So
if I'm Houston, I sit people against Philly, hopefully to play the second day of the back-to-back against Minnesota.
No, but they have to win tonight, Houston, because they're trying to chase the Lakers down.
They
and
need
get
to win
4.
all of them, yeah.
Yeah, so that's the equation.
Yeah, okay.
All right, so we'll keep talking Lakers. Coming up next, you guys have probably heard me talk about Bill Plaschke. Ramona and I both know Bill pretty well. I think Bill's one of the great sports writers in the country. I think Los Angeles is very lucky to have him. I'm a huge fan of his personally and professionally. We love having Bill on the show. Nothing but great things to say about Bill. I don't think I've ever disagreed with anything more than what he wrote today, and I'll explain it to you next. Mason and Ireland, Momo in from ESPN LA.
And it is the 15-minute mark right here on 710 ESPN. On the all-new ESPN LA app and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
The 15-minute mark on 710. Fueled by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
You know, in that time it took to hear your favorite takes and all that fun and frivolity, you could be pulling out with a fresh oil change. No waiting, no appointment, just in and out in about 15 minutes. Bam! So you've got more time for what matters. Visit SoCalOilChange.com.
In just 15 minutes, you can boost your vehicle's performance and save money while doing it. Visit SoCalOilChange.com now for value pack coupons and keep your car and your wallet running strong.
The 15-minute mark on 710, made possible by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Hey, sports fans, it's Sua Cravens, and I want to tell you about my newest and favorite place, Wild Fork Foods Meat and Seafood Market. I have 11 locations from LA to OC to Encinitas to choose from and to shop. And they have the largest selection of everyday proteins, sides, over 400 types of grinds, and of course, a large selection of exotic meats and seafood. The largest variety in one meat and seafood market. Amazing prices and products from all over the world. Find your local SoCal store at wildforkfoods.com. Wild Fork Foods, quality meat, wild prices.
Hey, it's John Ireland. Watching a Laker game is so much more than just a game. It's the moments before tip-off, the people you're with, and the food you're sharing. That's why I love BBGO. BBGO is perfect for at-home watch parties or a night of hoops. Their food is bold and packed with flavor, bowls for a quick meal, dumplings and fried rice for everyone at the table. Vibe on a wave of Korean food and culture with BBGO. Look for BBGO at your local grocery store in the Asian and freezer aisles. BBGO for it and bring something different to the table.
Hey LA, it's Beto Duran. Head to Northridge Toyota and Wondrey Toyota today and drive off in a brand new, beautiful 2026 Toyota Tacoma SR5 for just $209 a month on a 36-month lease. $209 for a Tacoma? You already know it's got to be Northridge and Wondrey Toyota. Any trade you own outright is your down payment. It's a limited time offer. Nobody's going to take care of you like my guys at Wondrey's and Northridge Toyota.
2026 Toyota Tacoma SR5 iForce 2.4-cylinder turbo 5-foot bed, double cab 4x2 RWD model. MSRP $40,628. Base 10,000 miles per year and excludes tax, title, license, and dollar fees.
You've said it before. This will only take a second. Just a quick glance. A fast reply. But on the road, seconds don't wait for you. They decide everything. Who stops, who doesn't, who makes it home. So next time your phone lights up, ask yourself, is this distraction worth a ticket or even a life? Put the phone away or pay. Paid for by NetSide.
As America's #1 motorcycle insurer, Progressive has your back.
Oh, like roadside assistance.
Oh yeah, Progressive offers that.
Great. Do you have plans Saturday? My cousin canceled and I'd love to have someone to ride with.
Actually, we just do insurance, not riding buddies.
Cool, let's meet at noon. Actually, scratch that. 10 a.m., you and me, breakfast at a diner.
To be clear, Progressive has your back for insurance only. So get a quote and see if you can save.
Okay, so if you beat me there, get me the Lumberjack Special. We can share.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Roadside assistance may require comprehensive coverage.
Steve Mason and John Ireland.
No, I am Captain Spicy.
You are not Captain Spicy.
I am Captain Spicy.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio.
Absolutely full of crap.
Okay, good.
Okay.
I like this.
Mason and Ireland rolls on.
All right, today it's Momo in Ireland. Ramona Shelburne in for Mace, who is shockingly on vacation. It's game day, which means it's time to BBGO for it. Listen to Mason and Ireland today for your chance to play. When you hear the cue to call, be caller number 7. Guess which team scores the first 3-point basket of the game. Get it right, and you'll win a $100 BBGO promo code. Plus, you'll be entered for a chance to win a trip to basketball's biggest stage from our friends at BBGO. Bring something different to the table. BBGO for it. All right, so if you're just joining us, I teased this earlier, that Bill Plaschke's got to call him out. I'm a fan of Bill's, always have been, always will be. Think he's a great guy. Was really proud of him when he went public, Momo, with his Parkinson's, which I know wasn't easy to do. And furthermore, I will say this, that in most towns, and I know a little bit about how Bill feels, because in most towns you have, like, the sports writer of the city. You know, like somebody, for years in L.A., that was Jim Murray, who might have been the greatest sports writer in the history of sports writing. I mean, if he's not, he's in the conversation. And Jim wrote in the L.A. Times several times a week, and all of us who grew up in Southern California read Jim. And Bill came along, and like me, having to sit in Chick Hearn's chair, he was basically following Sinatra. When he was following Jim Murray. And I think Bill has etched his voice into the fabric of Los Angeles sports forever. His job is to get us to think, react, and get emotional about our sports teams. Today, mission accomplished, Momo. Here's what Bill wrote in the LA Times this morning. By the way, Bill, as Momo will point out quickly, the writer very rarely writes their own headline. Editors write headlines.
Yes, that's right.
But here's the headline on Bill's column this morning. broken Lakers need to shut down the season. And Bill talks about, and by the way, he makes some very salient points. He may be 100% right. In the column, he says, they can't win without Luka and Austin, and neither is coming back full strength in time to save them. They can't beat the Rockets. They won't beat the Rockets. The season will officially be over and sadly end. It might end in something more palatable than a sweep. Maybe they win a game, but it's going to end, and soon, and the Lakers need to reinforce their priorities before it does. Shut it down. Ramona, the whole essence of sports, the most important thing above all, never, ever, 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 ever quit. You can't quit. If Bill would have been at the he might have been there. If he would have been at the 1980 hockey game Miracle on Ice, he would have written, we can't beat the Russians. They don't lose. They just beat us 10-3 a week before the Olympics. We should play high school kids and give them experience because we have no chance to beat the Russians. Every great sports story is born in miracles. And I don't think the Lakers are winning the title this year. I was really hopeful. I thought with Luka and Austin they had a chance. But I don't know, even if we had Luka and Austin, Momo, that we would have been able to get past the second round. You know, with San Antonio and OKC, those teams are both like giant behemoths. So to me, you have to go out and you have to compete. If you go out like the Lakers did the other night in Oklahoma City and lose by 30, you lose by 30. But you can't do what Bill is advocating. You can't mail it in, shut it down, or quit. It goes against everything sports should be about. What do you think?
Yeah, to me, it's insulting to your fans to even talk like that in a playoff series. I mean, this happened. This reminds me a little of when Kobe tore his Achilles at the end of that season. You remember that?
And we knew we weren't winning the title.
Yeah, and
we got swept by the Spurs.
Yeah, they got swept, but they still went out and played. And it was like Dwight Howard tried to rally the troops a little bit, and but it's like everybody kind of knows what's going to happen. They're probably going to lose in 4 or 5 games in the first round, most likely. But I was saying to AK yesterday, DeAndre Ayton was a number 1 overall draft pick. Like Marcus Smart was 6 overall. They got all these guys who were lottery picks. They have talent. Luke Kennard, I think, was a late lottery pick. Like these guys can play. They may not have had those roles on this team or other teams that they've been on since they were in the NBA, but at some point in their career, they were scoring 30, 40 points a game. Like these guys all have talent. They just have to readjust their roles and how they're playing. And that's why I think there's no pressure on them anymore. That's why I thought the way JJ coached the other night was not great. I think that, obviously things aren't going well for you. You can get upset and pulling guys out after 30 seconds. That was, I don't agree with some of that. And by the way, John, I was going to tell you, I've sort of had that conversation with people now around the league about what did you think of that? And I wasn't just the one bringing it up. I think it was noticed around the league that he did that. And people were kind of wondering what that was about. But why are you nervous right now? There's no pressure. Just go out and play. Just let it rip. This is your time to shine.
Money.
Yeah.
You never. And by the way, sports is littered with impossible upsets. Littered with them.
Yeah.
Am I predicting one will happen? No. Do I think the Lakers win the title this year? Probably not. But would I ever tell him to, as Bill did in his column this morning, shut it down?
Yeah. I mean, I think Bill's point was, okay, don't have Luka rush back, play on a hamstring that could then get re-injured and then affect him in the offseason or coming back next year.
But
it could be a chronic thing.
Let Luka and his doctors decide that.
Yeah.
I think the whole reason Luka got on a plane and went to Spain is to hope for a medical miracle.
Yeah, give himself a chance.
Yeah. And I don't know if we'll see Luka or Austin. And I don't know if the Lakers will win even a playoff game.
Yeah.
But would I ever publicly go on the air or go in the paper and write, shut it down, it's over, quit, mail it in? The playoffs are a reward not only for the players, but for the fans, for the millions of Laker fans all over the place. We want the ride to last for as long as it can possibly last.
Yeah, whatever 2 home games they get are going to be rocking.
And by the way, that may be the only 2 they get.
Yeah.
But you can't advocate quitting, ever. It just doesn't make any sense. All right. I wanted to sneak this in because I think it's a fascinating lesson in history. When Anthony Davis was traded, we were in New York.
Yep.
AD was not with the team, but I was on the bus when I got a text that AD had been traded for Luka. And, I think people think, Rich Paul was his agent. He had to know this was coming. He had to be in on the loop. LeBron had to be in on the loop, blah, blah, blah. Here's AD. He went on Draymond Green's podcast. And this is the first time I've ever heard him talk about that night. He says he had no idea the Lakers would even consider trading him. He also says when he got to Dallas, he got an anonymous note under his hotel room door.
This was crazy.
That warned him he was about to be public enemy number one. This runs about a minute. Listen to Anthony Davis talking about the night he was traded.
I had no idea that this was happening. We come in, I have a conversation with Rob, beginning of the season, I have a conversation with JJ, and everything is like, we playing well. I'm playing great this season. I just come off of 40 and 20, and it's like, AD's the hub. Everything around AD. Bron is like, this AD. And I'm like, I thought this was, But at the same time, even though I didn't understand it, from my view, I understood it as far as the trade. Like, Luka is fucking Luka. Like, you see what he's doing that. And I still can't get over, I think I deserve much more respect than that. I get there. I get to Dallas. And I check into the hotel, and they got the little mailing cards that you can write, and it was one under my door. I open the door, and I get the letter, and it read, "Dear AD, hope you liking your time in Dallas. Here in Dallas, we love Dirk, barbecue, and Luka, and the Cowboys. But what we love more than all of that is championships. The boos you're going to hear are not for you." And it had no name, nothing. I'm like, so right there coming in is like, oh, yeah, it's about to be crazy.
Can you believe somebody put a note under the door before he'd even played a game?
But listen,
the boos
John,
you are about to hear are not for you.
Listen, the people in Dallas are still on tilt about it. They're still upset. It is a defining sports moment in that city. People in Dallas, they now talk about, where were you when we traded Luka? How did you hear about the Luka trade? That is now this defining moment for them. And it's going to be that way until, pretty much forever. I mean, even if Cooper Flagg takes him to a title, I still think they're going to talk about Luka.
I know. Maybe long after you and I are gone. It's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, coming up next, the Toronto Blue Jays are a great franchise. They came within inches of beating the Dodgers in the World Series last year, and they need to shut up. Because they're coming across as really, really stupid. I'll explain coming up next. And also, Momo interviewed, for my money, one of the three most interesting guys in the NBA. I can't wait to ask you about this.
Yeah,
we'll get into that next, too. First, let me tell you about National University. National University is where you go if you've always wanted a degree, but you never had time or life got in the way. If you're ready to suit up for a career-focused bachelor or master's degree, NU is a nonprofit university that offers more than 150 degree programs, and they'll do it on your schedule. Flexible 4 or 8 week online courses designed to fit your life. You guys hear me talking about National all the time, and you hear me say they give out scholarships all the time, every year. Here's one you can take advantage of right now. The Believe and Succeed Scholarship. It awards $6,000 annually toward an industry current bachelor's or master's degree. When you consider they have a great transfer credit policy, year-round enrollment, it's easier than ever to move forward with National University. So if you want to apply for that scholarship, go to their website. Their website will answer any questions you have about all these things I'm talking about. nu.edu. If you want to apply for that scholarship, you got to apply by July 31st. Terms and conditions apply. National University, nu.edu.
DeMarco and Travis have taken over Afternoon Drive.
Can you drive a stick?
Can you drive a stick?
No.
Not very well.
No.
There you go. Okay.
Not very well.
D?
No.
I've done it. I
No
have
chance.
driven
You're gonna
one.
need us.
Nope.
You're gonna need us.
Weekdays starting at 3 p.m.
Why are we gonna need you?
You can't drive stick. You're gonna need us.
When?
Why didn't you
When
ask
your
me?
electric cars break down, you're gonna need us.
Yeah.
You said you can't do it, right?
I've tried. I haven't done it successfully, but I can drive a
definitely
stick.
stalled out in the middle.
You think you're going to get like divine intervention the next time you get behind the wheel?
I did break Briones' car.
It's all about the weight distribution between the clutch and the gas.
Oh my God! Don't ever let him near one of your cars.
I can smell the clutch burning
I was
already.
just going to weight distribution.
Wait.
Yeah, you gotta
You want to hear? I hear the.
Travis,
Guess
why
what?
would you
I
let
got
him
an
behind the
electric car.
wheel?
I don't care.
Afternoons with DeMarco and Travis starting at 3 p.m. on 710 ESPN, the all-new ESPN LA app, and live on YouTube.
Los Angeles, your chance to win an Aston Martin is waiting for you at Hard Rock Casino Tajon. Unity by Hard Rock members can receive entries on Thursdays and Saturdays in April for a chance to win a 2026 Aston Martin. Not a member yet? Signing up is easy. Visit casino.hardrock.com/Tajon. That's casino.hardrock.com/Tajon. Or download the Unity by Hard Rock app. Hard Rock Casino Tajon. The easiest drive from downtown LA. Details at casino.hardrock.com/Tajon.
Time to sell your house? Call Seller's Advantage at 888-450-AS-IS. They will buy your home with a competitive cash offer. No need for repairs. So you can close in days. 888-450-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Providence Realty DRE number 019-15-21-2.
Harry Douglas here. I don't wait for birthdays to celebrate. I grab Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy. It tastes like rich vanilla birthday cake with buttery funfetti goodness. Seriously, it's unapologetically extra in the best way. And it's sugar-free, so I get all that cake flavor without the guilt. It's tiny, portable, and ready for whenever I need a quick boost. I keep one with me because you never know when you'll need a little party energy. The funfetti flavor is back on 5hourenergy.com or on Amazon. Crack open a Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy shot today.
It's deck days at Lowe's, and the savings are stacked. Right now, pros get 15% off all in-stock composite decking from top brands like Trex, TimberTech, and Decorators. Plus, get a free DeWalt 20-volt max 5-amp-hour battery when you buy a select DeWalt tool. The deck's stacked in your favor with brands pros trust. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 4/22 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Steve Mason and John Ireland.
Best show on the radio, and it's all I listen to all day, and every day I can't wait to listen to you guys.
That is so nice. So nice, you man.
Mason and Ireland.
These guys are a whole bunch of fools.
Back to the guys.
All right, Mason in Ireland. Today it's Momo in Ireland. Ramona Shelburne filling in for Mace. And tomorrow, Momo, the rare John Ireland, Mike Trudell double.
Hey, I like that.
Me and Trudell with Michael and Pepe.
Do you ever look at him and think, like, oh, this is my mini-me? Like,
all the time. We talk about it. So what Bill McDonald and I say is that Trudell is John Ireland 2.0. I mean, he's doing all the stuff I used to do.
Yeah.
But he's just a little better at it, and he's more technologically advanced. So I think it's great. He's killing it. That's tomorrow. That'll be me, Trudell, Michael, Pepe. By the way, I think Marty McSorley's going to come on tomorrow.
Oh, fun.
We got a ton of stuff. We're working on Corey Close to come in on the show tomorrow. So
by the
tomorrow's
way,
going to be
they've
fun.
been everywhere. The UCLA basketball team, they were at
So
the Clipper
happy for
game
them.
last night.
So
and
happy for
it was
them.
like the break in between the third quarter and the fourth quarter, and they bring them out because they were at the Laker game and then they were at the Clipper game. Do you know what they did at the Clipper game?
I heard they did their dance.
Yeah,
they were doing
they
at the
performed
Final
with the
Four.
Clipper Spirit Girls. They did their and the Spirit team performed the UCLA guys' dance.
I told Corey.
It was awesome.
I don't know if you heard about this, but Corey did the third chair with Michael and I in the second quarter of the OKC game, so she came and did the game with us. She is so easy to root for.
Yeah.
And such a great representative of my school. I went to UCLA. That I told her, I don't think she knows how proud everybody is of her and those women. The Lakers season kind of crumbled when those two guys got hurt. The Rams petered out when we all thought they were going to the Super Bowl. The UCLA men's team, their best player, Tyler Bilodeau, went down with an injury. They got knocked out early. And then here comes this feel-good story with these women who are impossible not to root for. They all have really cool backstories. And they all come together. And, Momo, they don't just win. They run into Dawn Staley in South Carolina in the final. South Carolina favored in some places. Then UCLA beats them by 28.
They were awesome. Hey, by the way, do you guys still get the Wooden Award finalists?
Yeah.
I think that might be tomorrow. I got some email about that.
Okay. Well, they offer them sometimes. So
if you want, because I think I saw Kiki Rice was on the list or something. Or...
Well, Lauren's probably there too, and maybe even So check on that. See if one of those girls wins the Wooden Award. Maybe we can get her on. All right. So Ramona. The Blue Jays have a really good team. They beat the Dodgers yesterday. Dodgers took 2 out of 3 in the series.
The Dodgers dominated that.
They struggled, the Blue Jays, in this series. And so I fully realize that John Schneider, their manager, who got thrown out in Game 2, may be doing this just for a competitive edge. And if he is, I get it. But he needs to shut up. Did you see what he's doing with Shohei Ohtani? Shohei pitched yesterday. And when he pitches and he's the first batter up, or when he makes the last out and he has to then go back in and pitch, sometimes the umpires give him an extra minute or two to catch his breath.
Yeah.
Because there's just nobody else in baseball doing this, pulling the double. And Schneider, every time he does it, every time the umpires give Shohei extra time, Schneider goes out and bitches about it and says, why does he get extra time and my guys don't? Hey, John, you guys can have extra time if they want, but they're not pitching and hitting. He's the greatest show in baseball. Why would you want to pee all over that? What are you doing? Why would you ever want to make it more difficult for people to enjoy Shohei Ohtani?
I know.
And I would be saying this if I wasn't a Dodger fan. If there's another guy that comes along and pitches and hits and he needs an extra minute or two when he's doing both in the same game, more power to him. I think it's a horrible look for John Schneider and the Blue Jays to bitch about this. What do you think?
Horrible. Didn't he say something right after the World Series too?
He complained in Game 7, right?
And not just about Shohei. He said something during the World Series about... I'm trying to remember.
Special treatment was basically what's happening.
Yeah, no, there was another thing too that he said about their fans or something. I'm trying to remember some John Schneider stuff. He basically comes across as kind of a poor sport. Like he's just kind of upset that they lost. And I feel bad that they lost. That was a heartbreaking loss. If the Dodgers had been on the other side of it, I'm sure everyone in LA would feel the same, would feel upset and angry and, screw the Blue Jays and forever. But it was a hard-fought, amazing World Series. Like, your guys played great.
Emily, do you know, are they the only ones complaining about this?
As far as I know, publicly, they're the only ones that have been complaining. And it is a umpire's discretion. So the umpire...
It should be.
Can control, yeah. And the umpire can say, hey, it's not like Ohtani is diddling out there. He is, as quickly as possible, getting himself safely ready to pitch or
He
hit.
might be the most courteous player in the history of baseball. He goes up and bows to the ump and to the opposing pitcher when the game starts.
And it's not like it's a head fake. It's not like it's Ohtani trying to get into the heads of the other team and like having them have a longer time to wait for him. It seems like it's out of necessity. And special players deserve special treatment. And I think Ohtani is a special player.
And by the way, what you just said, special players deserve special treatment, exists in every walk of life. I don't care what you do for a living. There are people at your company who are going to be treated better and differently than you. I could go on the air and say something stupid and be fired before the end of the show. Stephen A. Smith could say the exact same thing with the exact same tone and in the exact same verbiage. So could Pat McAfee. So could Mike Greenberg.
Yep.
And if any of those guys do it, it's not happening.
Yeah.
You're not canceling those guys. Emily just said it. Special players deserve special treatment.
Also, here's my thing with Shohei. I don't care if he's on your team or not on your team. Like, you as a person who is in baseball and loves baseball, you got to have some level of respect for that guy.
If I was John Schneider, and I think John's a good manager, and he had an unbelievable year. I don't know anybody that picked Toronto to go to the World Series last year. They almost won it. I think John likes baseball, and I think he's good for the game. He needs to shut up. If I was him, and a reporter came to me and said, "Do you have any issue that Shohei gets a little more time than the other players when he's pitching and hitting in the same game?" I would say, let me tell you something. Shohei Ohtani might be the greatest baseball player ever in the history of baseball. Yeah. He's that good. I'm just glad our fans get a chance to see him in person. And if he needs an extra minute or two, let him have it, because I want to try and beat him when he's right, when he's at his best. Because when he's at his best, it's a show to see.
Yeah, but do you remember what he did during the World Series? They
Schneider?
walked him. Yeah, they walked him over and over.
Well, that's okay. He's trying to win the game. I have no problem with that. What I have a problem with is him bitching that the guy may need a little minute or two extra to get ready. It just does. We want Shohei to be ready and raring to go. I don't get. It's a horrible look for Schneider.
In
horrible.
defense of Schneider, why does he have to kiss Ohtani's ass? Like, why does that have to happen?
It's just a respect for the game kind of thing.
I don't say kiss his ass, Emily, more, as much as I would say respect the greatness. If, when great players come along, it's not just for that city to enjoy them, it's for the whole sport. And Shohei's like Wemby. He's the best show in sports in baseball right now.
Yeah.
Like Wemby's the best,
Well, let's just say, okay, so let's give an example. So, let's just give LeBron as an example. LeBron in his prime, let's say he needed 3 extra minutes of pregame to warm up, or that, let's say the chalk dust actually added time to the pregame.
Right.
Would you be okay if, I don't know, Steve Kerr was like, "Come on, LeBron, let's hurry it up. We don't need to have the chalk dust taking up time from our pregame show." I feel like it's the same situation.
Right. I would say to Steve Kerr, you know that we're not coming here to see you, Steve. We're coming here to see LeBron. And we're not going to unnecessarily punish guys like LeBron, Shohei Ohtani, Victor Wembanyama, just because you think that we have to abide strictly by the rules. You said it earlier, Emily. It's umpires' discretion. They have the right to manage the game, and that's what the best officials do. They manage the game. All right. Hey, Ramona, real quick, and we'll get back to this later because I don't want to just do this as a throwaway. But you got to interview Jaylen Brown, and you did a long feature on him. I find him to be fascinating. I think he is the smartest, most well-informed, best advocate for what an athlete is like off the court of anybody in the NBA. How was that? I'm a little jealous.
Yeah. I got done with a conversation and I sort of felt like I was back in college talking to people at like 2 a.m. about the meaning of life and all the things that we care about. It was I enjoyed the conversation. Like, it was one of those, I think there's a TV piece. I know there's a TV piece. There's a TV piece that is airing right now on NBA Today. I don't know what segment they're airing it in, but
on
I'll post
ESPN2 today because the Masters are on.
Oh, right. ESPN. Okay. So I will post that, and you can watch the TV piece of it so you can hear him too. But I remember talking to him, and I felt like normally a TV interview feels a little kind of, a little formal or stilted. Like, we were not formal, or so he was just a down-to-earth guy who liked talking about, like, he wanted to know all about Joseph Campbell and the hero's journey, and he wanted to know all about Kobe, and he would talk to me about the off-the-court training that he does, where he does this oxygen deprivation training with Laird Hamilton and Gabby Reese, right? Where I go, so for people who haven't seen those videos, what is that like for you? And he goes, it's basically like training yourself to drown. Right?
But it builds up your endurance.
It builds your endurance, but also it builds up your ability to deal with anxiety. This idea that, there's
fight or flight.
There's several fight or flight moments, and you feel like I need to breathe. I have to breathe. And then you learn how to control yourself. You let out you let out an air bubble, you let out some CO2, and you kind of relax your body instead of fighting it. And that's sort of how a big wave surfer does it.
Do that. I need to relax my body.
Yeah, you should. They train here in Malibu. I can connect you if you want to go do it.
Well, I don't have any time, but in about 2 weeks,
maybe
I might have a lot of time.
I will say swimming and this oxygen deprivation could solve your sleeping problems, John.
I agree.
I never have a better night's sleep than after I swim because you're exhausted and your oxygen in your brain is kind of altered.
And
worth a try. Why not?
Yeah. The other thing about Jaylen that I liked is we talked about Kobe, and he knew that I knew him really well, and we talked a lot about what he was like, and he goes, I love those guys, because Jaylen said to me at one point, he goes, I think maybe in a past life I was a warrior. Like he said, it's very, and he goes, and I love that warrior mentality. I like to view myself that way. I like to, and then he said, but the thing with Kobe and Michael, like they had that all the time, 24/7. And I know sometimes it was hard for them to deal with normalcy, to have like these normal moments in their life or relationships or whatever it is. And he goes, I kind of wondered that about myself. Like, could I be wired the way they are 24/7?
Yeah, I just think one word I would use to describe him is thoughtful.
Yeah. And what I like too is like he said, I don't know that I am that. I think I have moments where I can be that. I have phases where I can be like Kobe and Michael, but I can't do that all the time. And who admits that? Like, it was cool, right?
It's interesting what he's talking about, also being compared to Tatum always, and they're together, they're linked, but that everybody was doubting the Celtics because Tatum was being gone, and how he used that for fuel, but not in a way in which it's coming out like as toxic or something like that. It seemed like it was a well-rounded view of like why I'm going to believe in myself, therefore the team will believe in me.
Right, and he kind of got quiet. Like he said, he had 3 to 6 weeks really recover from this knee surgery. And everyone wanted to come by and check on him. And he goes, no, I need space. And he goes, I tried to live according to my circadian rhythms. Like he just says things like that.
Right. Yeah. I just think he's a super interesting. And your story's up on ESPN.com right now, right?
Yeah. But F Boston.
Yep. They might win it.
I don't know. I listen. I have this weird prediction. Okay. I just think the West, they're all going to beat each other up, and it feels like 2019 when Toronto won, where like the Warriors.
Whoever comes out of the East just walks right in there.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, we got to get to icebreakers.
Okay.
Before we do, let me tell you about Jacob and Ronnie. Motorcycles give you the freedom on the open road, but you can also very easily get into an accident. If that happens, especially if it wasn't your fault, you need a law firm that knows how to handle complex cases like that, and that's where our friend Jacob and Ronnie comes in. They'll review your accident for free with no obligation, and they only get paid if you get paid. If he doesn't win the case, you pay nothing. Where else can you get that? 800-345-6789. 800-345-6789, or visit calljacob.com. 800-345-6789. Don't let the insurance company push you around. Call Jacob and let him fight for you. Icebreakers next, ESPN LA.
Mornings in LA start with Sedano and Cap.
Just back up for one quick second. Everything he said about referees wanting to get on TV, leave that to me, Puka.
Weekdays starting at 7 a.m. on ESPN LA.
Okay, I subscribe to the same theory, and let a loudmouth like me tell everybody that NFL referees call penalties so that they can be on TV and they can show off that they've been working hard in the gym on their biceps. And also their grandchildren are watching, and they told their grandchildren they were going to be on TV, and their grandchildren told all their friends, and everybody's watching the game. Nobody cares about the game. They're just waiting for grandpa to show up as the referee and be on TV. So yes, Puka, I agree with you. Referees call penalties, get their faces on television. We agree on that. But leave that for me. Don't you say that, because you get fined for saying it. For me, they hype me up for saying that kind of stuff.
The Morning Show with Sedano and Cap. Weekdays starting at 7 a.m. on ESPN Los Angeles.
Listen up, everybody. It's a Cosm Ticket Thursday. Listen to Mason Ireland and DeMarco and Travis for your chance to win a 4-pack of GA tickets to the Western Conference Play-In Tournament game at Cosm. Experience NBA playoff intensity like never before, only with ESPN LA.
Vista Paint is California's original paint company and has been serving pros and homeowners since 1956. Our paints are formulated for lasting performance, beautiful finishes, and made to withstand the weather. Vista Paint, locally made, expertly crafted, always reliable.
Hyundai gives you America's best warranty on every new vehicle. It includes a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty, plus 24/7 roadside assistance. That's peace of mind from Hyundai. And these days, that's priceless.
Now, get the Hyundai Tucson for 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days. Visit your local Hyundai dealer. Offers end April 30th. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Empower. Ellie here is getting the sleeve she's always dreamed of. She worked with Empower and planned for her next move, So she got good at money. Now she can be a little bad. Oh, by the way, you spelled journey wrong. No worries. She can afford the cover-up, too. Ooh, check out my tat. It says, invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's Icebreakers time. Oh, right. That's right. The big voice guy.
Listen to Mason and Ireland. Weekdays noon to 3 on ESPN LA.
Exactly right. Time for Icebreakers on Mason and Ireland. Icebreakers made possible by Blue Ice Vodka. Your fit-friendly vodka with no sugar added, 64 calories an ounce, and keto-friendly. Let's do it. Icebreakers. Presented by Blue Ice Vodka on Mason and Ireland. Take it away, producer Emily.
All right, here's where we stand on the 9th of April. John, you have the lead with 19 points. The others have 11 points because of Sua and Andy. And then, Brian, you have 5 points.
I'm a little worried about Momo. She's probably going to be good
at this. No, I'm terrible.
Oh, really? Okay, bring it on, Em. Let's go.
I don't even know if I've ever got one.
I was born in 1963 in Alabama, and in high school, I failed Spanish, so I couldn't graduate with my high school class.
Okay. That's random.
So this guy is the exact same age
Alabama.
as me.
All right.
For 9 points. I have hosted SNL 4 times, and I've been in 2 episodes of The Simpsons and an episode of Modern Family.
Okay, Momo.
Suits. Do you want me to
Is
finish?
it Billy Bob Thornton?
No.
Okay, I just wanted to go fast. 'Cause you never know.
Yeah, you never know. You never know. Okay,
Wasn't
so
a
it's
bad
not
guess.
Billy Bob Thornton. It's not a bad guess. It's not. But I just don't know if he's hosted SNL 4 times.
True, but he's definitely been in The Simpsons.
How am I not getting this? He's hosted SNL 4 times, and he's my age.
For 8 points. Often when I check into hotels, I use the name Homer Simpson.
That's funny. Okay.
For 7 points. In the 1990s, I teamed up with Arnold Schwarzenegger to be the spokespeople for a Japanese ramen noodle company.
Oh, wow. So random.
Okay.
For 6 points, I have my jersey retired in 2 places, my university and the first franchise I played for in the NBA.
Wow.
Okay, so it's an NBA player.
For
I don't
5
know.
points. I was the shortest player in NBA history to lead the league in rebounding, and this was in 1986 and 87.
Ireland.
Go ahead.
I think it's Charles Barkley.
It is Charles Barkley. 5 points for John.
I'm embarrassed that it took me that long to get it.
I thought you would have gotten it in one of those weird stories. I tried to find like the most obscure Charles Barkley stories.
You sent me down the road of I was thinking actors. I wasn't even thinking
me too.
athletes.
I was thinking actors.
That was well written, Emily. I wasn't thinking athletes, and then Charles has hosted SNL 4 times.
I need him to get to the 5-timers club. I
Yeah,
think
that'd be
he would
fun.
be fantastic at that.
All right, Icebreakers is sponsored by Blue Ice Vodka. I just saw Tom Gibson, the guy who runs Blue Ice, at the Laker game the other night. America's largest potato vodka, double gold rated, just 64 calories an ounce, and made from Idaho potatoes. Clean, smooth, no additives, Blue Ice Vodka. And I'm thinking, by the way, Momo, has anyone ever had a post-media career and is going to make as much money as Charles Barkley doing sports? Do you think John Madden made more than Barkley's made?
Yeah, probably. Matt, because he had the video game.
Yeah.
And all
But
the
it's
other
close.
stuff.
Those are the
Madden,
two most successful
and then,
athletes/sportscasters.
There's a few others, right?
I mean, Arnold Palmer, honestly, with the drink, probably
Okay.
made a lot of money off of that.
Does he get money off that?
I heard
I'm
Arnold
sure.
Palmer, he's still off his name, makes $16 million a year, and he's been gone for like a decade.
Wow.
So, he did things right.
How about
By the way, I
Gruden?
want to slip this
Gruden made
in
a lot.
before we get to sports graffiti. Did you guys see that CBS has decided what to do with Stephen Colbert's time slot?
No.
Okay.
They had Oprah on with her recently, right?
They are selling the entire hour
Oh.
from 11:30 to 12:30 to Byron Allen, who will air his Comics Unleashed show for the first half hour, and then his game show, Funny You Should Ask, after that. Will you check those out, or will you pass?
Nah, I don't really watch anyway.
Ryan, will you check out, or will you pass?
I'll check out a game show. I like to give the new game shows, at least one watch.
I'll give it a look. Emily, you going to give it a look?
No way.
Not for you.
Yeah, I just don't really like. I feel like it's going to be some sort of. I like to pick my own comedians, so I don't like comedians being forced on me.
Right.
And I feel like I'm not going to find these guys very funny.
Also, I'm not. I go to bed now.
That's true. I wasn't even watching Stephen Colbert when it aired.
I watch the clips.
I'll watch the clips later, or if I want to watch the show the next day, kind of like I do for SNL.
Well, a lot of people think that's why those late night shows are going away. They're too expensive for the payoff.
Right. And it's too late at night for
I think I read somewhere that Colbert Show was losing $40 million a year because it costs so much to make. All right, we'll go next. We've covered a lot of ground. We've covered the Blue Jays barking at Shohei. We've talked about the Lakers and Bill Plaschke saying they should pack up and quit. Momo got to interview Jaylen Brown. You can bring up any of that or go off the board, whatever you want to do in Sports Graffiti. 877-710-3776. That's the phone number. We're going to take your calls next. 877-710-3776. Sports Graffiti coming up. Momo in for Mace. Mason in Ireland, ESPN LA.
The black and gold are on a tear in 2026.
And the referee says we're done. LAFC 3, Cruz Azul 0.
Fresh off a statement win over Cruz Azul in the CONCACAF Champions Cup quarterfinals, the black and gold shift back to MLS, where they haven't lost yet. But now, a tough test awaits in Portland. Can LAFC keep the shutout streak alive? Los Angeles Football Club versus Portland Timbers. Pre-game gets going Saturday at 1 p.m. on the ESPN LA app.
Time to bench those other hiring sites and let ZipRecruiter help you build a winning team. With ZipRecruiter, when you need the hire, you get the right fit for any role fast. That's because ZipRecruiter's smart matching technology starts showing your job to qualified candidates immediately. You can also apply filters and add screening questions to your job post to help you save time in scouting first-rate talent. With ZipRecruiter's advanced resume database, you can instantly unlock contact info from a roster of top candidates. That's why over 4.8 million businesses have trusted ZipRecruiter to hire, and check this out. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. No wonder ZipRecruiter is the #1 rated hiring site in the game based on G2. So, if you need to score the best, go with ZipRecruiter. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/LA. That's ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter.com/LA.
Change is in the air at LAX. Los Angeles International Airport's automated people mover trains are rolling soon as part of LAX's ongoing investments in improving your travel journey. The new trains will quickly move guests between all terminals, the new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, and economy parking in 10 minutes or less. Departing every 2 minutes, they'll help approximately 30 million passengers per year. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN. That's lawa.org/ESPN.
John Ireland here, and when it comes to vodka, I like a winner, and Blue Ice Vodka delivers. America's largest potato vodka. Double gold rated, just 64 calories an ounce, and made from Idaho potatoes. Clean, smooth, no additives. Blue Ice Vodka. Vodka with standards.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
And it is 1 o'clock in the Southland on the biggest show on the radio, Mason in Ireland. And you know it's time for Sports Graffiti on Mason in Ireland. This is where you call in and talk to the fellas.
877-710-ESPN.
That's right, that number is back. It's not a mistake. Big voice guy, do it one more time.
877-710-ESPN.
You get to talk to Mason in Ireland during Sports Graffiti, and we know everybody loves Mason in Ireland.
Rick Vega, I'm the reigning champ of the Mason Ireland Poker Invitational.
Gregory Mendez, Port Hueneme, California.
Why do you love Mason in Ireland?
Why I love them? Because they're there every day for me. They're consistently giving out some funny takes, being goofy, and to be honest, we need it in a time like this, so I love it.
Let's do it. Sports Graffiti time. Take it away, Mace.
All right, no Mace today. Momo in for him. What's on tap at ESPN LA? Lakers on the road. They're facing the Warriors here tonight. That's where I am. Toyota Lakers Countdown with Beto starts at 5:30 with tip-off at 7. Hear it on your afternoon drive on your crystal clear digital audio ESPN LA app. Of course, you can always go to 7:10 a.m. We're brought to you by Michelob Ultra, a superior taste worth playing for, the official beer sponsor of the Lakers. Please enjoy responsibly. What do we got, Em?
Let's go to Jimmy in El Segundo. Jimmy?
Hey, Jimmy.
Yeah, so, with Puka Nacua having his off-field issues, I was thinking, what if we traded him to an AFC team like the Browns? And hear me out on this. They have a penchant for guys that have, let's say, off-the-field issues. It's an AFC team. They have a young quarterback and an offensive now coach. And if we traded for a guy like Myles Garrett, the salaries would add up. But if you don't want to do a one-for-one swap, they have 2 first-round picks this year and I think 2 next year. And I know the Rams are in win-now mode, but do you really want a wide receiver or those kind of issues paired with a rookie quarterback next year? I don't think so.
It's an interesting thought. My sense is, and Emily produces all the Ram games, my sense is, Em, that they're going to do everything possible to give Puka a chance to figure this out before they go down the road Jimmy is suggesting.
Yeah, so summarize again. I was on the phone with other people. What his point was about Puka?
That he would trade him to Cleveland for Myles Garrett. They would also insist on some draft picks. Then that way you wouldn't have Puka with a rookie quarterback next year.
I would rather them, if they're going to do that do something like a Bengals trade for Joe Burrow for another quarterback as opposed to already a strength of the Rams team. But I agree with you that I think that they're going to try to keep Puka if it's possible because he is so valuable. He is a great wide receiver, and they seem to like him. And so I think they want to give him a second chance, but you only have 3 strikes, and I don't know how much longer he'll have. Yeah,
I think he's at 2.
Well, that's a good way of putting it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, it's okay. Once is something that happens. 2 times is a pattern. 3 times is you're on. It's at this point he's checked himself into some kind of facility, right? He's working on things. That was the reporting we had heard. To me, it's there's too much that happened this year, but this also seems to be fairly isolated to this little period of time here. Other than this fall, have we seen this kind of behavior from Puka?
And I've mentioned this before, but it's the year that you take away Cooper Kupp, who seemed to be a great influence on him, is the year that it's all kind of falling apart. But again, I hope for the best for him. I hope that he can recover from this. I'm not going to say that I wouldn't sign him up to date my friend or something right now, but I think that he deserves a chance to redeem himself.
All right, who's next?
Let's go to Todd in Ventura. Todd?
John, I'm so glad I get to talk to you and ask you this. My son works at Santa Luz Country Club down in San Diego.
Okay.
And he came up with this thing a couple years ago, and I was like, I got to say this to John.
Yeah, let's hear it.
He goes, who would win between, now he didn't know you, but I thought of you when he said this, between you, now listen, it has to be at Augustus.
Okay.
You get a start on the green, but as far away from the pin, playing Scotty Scheffler, who starts at the tee box. How do you think you'd do with that?
I think I could win, but I think it would be, Todd, way closer than people think. So in other words,
I agree.
All I would have to do is putt. That's it. But those greens are so fast that I think I would average 4 putts a green. Average. Sometimes I would be able to get it done in 2, but most of the time it would probably be 4 or 6. So let's say I average 4. That'd be 36 on the front, 36 on the back, and all Scotty would have to do to beat me is shoot less than 72, which he does all the time. So I think it's a coin flip. It's actually a great question. I would have a chance, but I would make him a slight favorite. The more I play this out in my head. Originally, when you asked that, I thought maybe I'd be a slight favorite. I think he would be a slight favorite, but I think it'd be close. I think I'd finish somewhere around 72, and he'd probably finish somewhere around 70. It's a fun thing to think about, though. I'd just like to go to Augusta. Our friend Jared Stacy is there, Momo.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Amazon for the first time ever is televising the Masters. And
how are they doing the Masters? We have the Masters.
They're doing it together. The Masters opened up a whole new revenue stream. So
that's what everybody's doing now.
Early in the day, it's on Amazon. Later in the day, it's on ESPN. And then, of
Interesting.
course, this weekend, it's on CBS.
Interesting.
So Amazon, the guys at the Masters aren't stupid. They're making money hand over fist. Who's next, Em?
Let's go to Eric in the Valley. Eric?
Hey, Eric.
818.
Hey, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
There you go. First of all, we got the GOAT of guest host, Momo, in the house. I'm glad I could call when you're in there, Momo. I'm here representing the Valley. Hypothetical for you. You guys are Tom Brady. What do you do with the Raiders' next moves?
Okay, well, I'll say this. Ramona, you and I haven't talked about this. I would come out right now and say Kirk Cousins is our starter for the first month of the season minimum. We are not going to rush Fernando Mendoza, particularly behind a new offensive line when we don't have any receivers. Kirk Cousins is better prepared, and then we will get Fernando up and running by the middle to end of the season. Momo, what do you think?
I would just invest as heavily as I could in getting him, setting up Fernando to succeed, right? Get him the best offensive line you can get him some receivers, get him some weapons. Because, I mean, we still have, the running back we drafted last year, right?
Ashton Genty.
Yeah, I don't know why I was blanking on his name right there. We still have, they went and got the center from Baltimore, although that's still going to be okay, right?
Linderbaum's going to be fine.
I was worried about the Max
yeah.
Crosby thing that, maybe because they had that money off the books now, they couldn't do it. But, but just keep setting up Fernando for success. And I think it's hard because he's going to be the number one pick. And the last time, I'm kind of looking away, John, because the last time we had the number one pick, we took Jamarcus
Russell.
I don't know. I just want to. Not even. I didn't want to say his name out loud.
Yeah.
You know,
Who's next, Em?
Let's go to Tony in Fillmore. Tony.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hi, Tony.
Hey, listen. I don't see any holes in the Dodgers lineup. By the trade deadline, is there anything at all that we're going to need?
That's a great question. Their bullpen looks really solid. Their starting pitching's been a little banged up. We haven't seen Blake Snell yet. If Ramona, if I was to add someone, I think with both your shortstop and your second baseman on the injured list, Mookie Betts and Tommy Edman, I would invest in another infielder just so you have some depth there.
Okay.
Because if one more of these guys goes down, Miguel Rojas had a death in the family the other day, and he had to miss a game. And I think
back. He played yesterday.
Yeah, I think they started Hae-Sung Kim at short, and they started Alex Freeland at second. It's a good question. I'll run it by Bergman. He's coming up next, right, Em, at 1:15?
And we'll get Edmund back eventually.
Yeah, well, I'll run that. I'll ask that to Greg. It's a really good question. Who's next, Emily?
Let's go to Lynn in L.A. Lynn, what's up?
Hi, guys.
Hi,
John,
Lynn.
this is actually a call with a compliment for you. I grew up in Michigan thinking Ernie Harwell was the best sportscaster ever. And then I moved to L.A. and my husband introduced me to Vin Scully. And I can't believe how lucky we got with Joe Davis. Then he introduced me to Chick Hearn. And I wanted to say again, I know it was your dream in the 5th grade listening to him on the transistor radio that this would be your job as an adult. And well done to you. You're fabulous to listen to, and I hope sports fans appreciate the quality we have in Los Angeles, and you're a big part of that.
Oh, Lynn, that's
So
incredibly
I
nice
thank
of you. That's incredibly nice. Thank you. It is anytime you get compared to any, and Lynn, I'm sure you probably heard me tell this story, and Ramona is younger than me, but she kind of caught most of this too.
Yeah.
When we grew up, Lynn, in Los Angeles, you mentioned you grew up in Michigan. And by the way, you might be right. Ernie Harwell might be the greatest sportscaster ever. He's on a very short list. But when Ramona and I were growing up, Chick Hearn did the Lakers.
Yep.
Vin Scully did the Dodgers. Dick Enberg did the Angels. And Bob Miller did the Kings. All 4 of them in the Hall of Fame. I was going to sportscaster school, and I didn't even know it. So I know that I was lucky to grow up. But thank you for that call. That's
Bob
incredibly
Miller,
nice of you.
Ralph Lawler, Chick
in any
Hearn,
other city,
Vin Scully.
Bob Miller, and I know Bob, and I'm friends with him,
Yeah.
and Bob would say this too. In any other city, Bob Miller would be the greatest sportscaster in the city's history, and to hockey fans, I know he is. But in our town, it's possible Bob wouldn't even crack the top 3. That's how many great announcers we've had here. And to me, Bob is as good at doing this as anybody ever. The one thing Bob did better than anybody, Ramona, and I can do it, but not as good as him, is Bob Miller had the ability to talk really, 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 really fast, and you didn't ever wonder what he just said because he has a rapid follow the puck. His cadence was perfect for hockey. Just like Vin's cadence was perfect for baseball and Chick for basketball.
I mean, somehow I can relate.
We've been very lucky here.
Somehow I can relate. Everyone thinks I'm from New York because I talk really fast.
There you go.
Like, I'll leave messages for people, and people are like, I have no idea what you just said. There was, like, so much on that message.
I know. I'm the same way. I get it all the time. Man, now look at us. We're getting paid to talk on the
there you
radio.
Go.
Let's get a couple more in, Em. Who do we got?
Let's go to Josh in Orange County. Josh?
Hey, Josh.
Hey, guys. It's hard to follow up a call like that, but I couldn't agree more with her.
You can compliment me now. Everyone, she was all about John. I can. I'll just sit back.
I got two quick things. First, I would love to hear you guys talk a little bit more about Luke Kennard. I mean, I'm just really, I'm really surprised and shocked at his point guard skills. I thought he was just all shooter, but seeing him the last 2 games, I'm just really curious to see how he's going to be tonight with the Warriors and Lakers, being that it's going to be a fast scoring game. And then, John, this is just a public service announcement. Don't send Ramona to Starbucks with your Starbucks order. Ask her why.
Oh, yeah, you missed some of this yesterday.
Ramona, do you have a tendency to screw up Starbucks orders?
No. Yesterday, well, John, usually when I come in, I'm always on the phone as I'm driving in.
Yes, you are.
My drive down here, I'm rolling calls. That's when I make a lot of my reporter calls or whatever.
Yeah, but it's your job.
Yeah, it's my
you're
job,
good
right?
at it.
Today I was on I could tell you off air who I was talking to. It was a very interesting call. And so I was a little distracted yesterday while I was on the phone. And I went into Starbucks and I had ordered my typical order, which is sometimes I go iced coffee, but lately I've been needing a little more like sugar in my life. So I get the iced brown sugar oat milk shaken espresso, but I do it with like no sugar in it. I do it with just like, just the whatever. So, and I also wanted a cake pop. I was like, I just need the chocolate cake pop, right? So as I'm on the phone, I grab my drink and right next to it's the baggie. And I just assumed that it's right next to it. I saw a capital R on it. I grab it, and by the time I get in the elevator, I realize I didn't get the chocolate cake pop. I got somebody else's little pastry, and it's not at all what I want. It's this like cinnamon.
And of course, at that point, you have no time
to
go
late.
back.
Yeah, I'm already in the elevator. I got to go, and then there was this weird thing where like 12 people got in the elevator at the same time, and I was like, "What are you guys all doing? We're gonna get stuck in here." Anyway, so I felt really bad because it's totally my fault. I should definitely have read the label or looked at it a little closer. But I was like engaged in my phone call. And then we got a caller who said that it was his cinnamon cake thing that I took. And I don't know if I totally believe him. But I never got my chocolate cake pop, which then is an interesting segue to maybe why I ate all those Chris Dunn cookies last night that the Clippers passed out.
There you go.
Yeah. Anyway.
Hey, well, you and me are in what we would call the weeds of the NBA season. End of the regular season.
Yeah, there's too many windows open. That's what I always feel like.
Yeah. Well, JJ Redick has a life theory that everybody has 4 burners, like on a stove.
Yeah.
And he said most people's burners are work, family, friends, other. And the other would be going on vacation, doing stuff with, just anything else that you would do to have a life. Like Emily's good at having a life. She does a lot of stuff. She goes to a lot of movies. She swims. She has a lot of friends. She
listens to these 2-hour podcasts, and I'm like, how do you
she's
have time
got a
for
really
that?
good 4th burner.
Yeah.
JJ, and he's right, and I had never heard it put this way. JJ says, during the basketball season, I'm a 2-burner guy.
Yep.
He said, all I have time for is work and family.
That's it.
Everything else gets shut out.
Yeah.
And I was talking the other day, you know how much I love to play golf.
Yeah.
I think I've played golf 3 times in the last 2 months, maybe, just because the schedule has been brutal. And like tonight, I was talking to Emily before the show. Right when I get done with you today, I'm hopping on a bus, going over, calling this game, flying back. Tomorrow morning I'm getting my hair cut so I've got to leave my house like 8 in the morning, and I won't come back until midnight.
Right.
And you have a lot of days like that too.
Yeah, I do that too. Like
you say goodbye to your kids in the morning. You'll come
Yeah.
downtown. You'll stay for a game, and so
You got to pack all these all these different outfits, right? Because you're going to be gone for
getting proper rest and nutrition is like not even on my stove, let alone a burner. I don't even have one.
I literally just throw like chicken strips in the oven and then put them in a.
You know what chicken strips?
Those, yeah.
Your chicken strips are for me.
Huh.
If you go to Ralph's, you can buy in the frozen food section. You can buy. Well, number one, I load up on BBGO because it's great. You just heat it up and you're good to go. I also
such a company man. I love it.
But the other thing I get, and sometimes this has been my dinner for like 3 nights in a row.
Yeah.
They have these margarita pizzas from CPK that are awesome. You just throw them in the oven for 20 minutes, pull them out, and you're good to go. And then I go, this may be the only time I eat today. Let's go. And so we're in that time of year where that's like that. All right, coming up next, Greg Bergman will join us. We'll do a little Boys in Blue report, and we'll throw some of this Dodger stuff at him, including a statistic about Shohei Ohtani that is, even for him, and I know that he breaks down barriers and statistical walls all the time, but even for Shohei, this is insane to show you just how good this dude is. Bergman will join us next. Momo in for Mace, Mason in Ireland, ESPN LA.
Kings fans, what's up? Back-to-back victories for your Kings.
Evangelista, right-handed shooter. He holds. He lost the puck. The Kings win. A shootout victory for the LA Kings.
The playoff race is for real. And tonight, Kings and Canucks, 7:30 p.m. from Crypto. And after the game, your chance to call and be a part of Kings Talk with me, Sam Boney. This game matters. They all matter. Only 5 games left for your Kings. Tonight, 7:30 p.m. Kings and Canucks on ESPN LA, your home for Kings hockey.
Hey, it's Cap. Thinking about selling your home? Seller's Advantage makes it easy. No commissions, no open houses, and no costly repairs. They'll give you a fair cash offer with no surprises. One seller said, and I quote, Seller's Advantage was faster, easier, and more rewarding than listing my house. The offer matched my expectations, and the process was stress-free. Call 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com for your free cash offer.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Providence Realty, DRE number 019-15-21-2.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Pizza Hut is bringing the heat with their new hand-tossed crust. Crispy and golden on the outside, soft and fluffy on the inside, finished with buttery garlic parm seasoning in every bite. And right now, grab a large pizza with any 3 toppings for just $10.99, delivery or carryout. When you're hungry for big flavor, keep Pizza Hut coming with the $10.99 large 3-topping deal. Order now at pizzahut.com or download the Pizza Hut app.
Limited time offer. Additional charges for extra cheese and toppings, stuffed crust, and original pan.
It's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. Right now, Pella Windows and Doors of Los Angeles is offering up to 25% off windows and doors and 0% financing for 24 months. Some restrictions may apply. See store for details. Offer ends April 30th, 2026.
Progressive knows there's no one more important to your team than your pet. They're like your top draft pick.
And it looks like Chuck has selected Pepper the Corgi. Bold pick there, Deborah.
Yeah, Rich, Pepper has a high ceiling for sure, but he does have a tendency to bark at every tree.
Yeah, he brings a lot to the table, but also takes a lot off of it, especially when it's been left near the edge.
Nothing left to do now but suit him up for the dog park.
Protect your top draft pick from injury and illness with Progressive Pet Insurance. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations. Covered subject to policy terms.
The biggest show on the radio, Mason and Ireland.
Payoff pitch to Rojas.
Hey, this is Michael Roth from the Los Angeles Dodgers.
It's back. It's on its way. Out of here. Miguel Rojas.
You're listening to Mason and Ireland Show.
Mason and Ireland rolls on.
Today it's Momo and Ireland. Ramona Shelburne in for Mace. And it's time to talk Dodgers with Greg Bergman. Greg hosts the Boys in Blue report each and every morning with our friend Marcus Grant. Greg, how are you?
What's going on, John? Yes, the Blue Review this morning, but this segment is the Boys in Blue.
Okay, so
eventually we want to change it to all be the same. Blue Review everywhere.
So who brings us Boys in Blue? Let's get that out of the way.
Boys in Blue is brought to you by Hard Rock Casino Tejon, the easiest drive from downtown LA. And this April, Unity members can enter to win an Aston Martin in the Sweet Speed Aston Martin giveaway. Learn more at casino.hardrock.com/Tejon. Hard Rock Casino Tejon, this is how SoCal plays. Me and Momo were at
it was fun.
Hard Rock Tejon.
Yeah.
She ate a massive sundae.
And what's weird is, we think of Hard Rock and a casino. There's no hotel there, right?
Not yet. They are building a hotel, so it's not.
They are. Okay,
yeah,
so by this time next year, there probably will be. Okay. So, Greg, I mentioned that there's a stat, another one, that shows how dominant Shohei Ohtani is. Here's the stat. His on-base streak is at 43 games. That's the longest active streak going on right now in all of Major League Baseball. He's been on base 43 games in a row, which is just ridiculous. He also holds the longest active streak of innings pitched without allowing an earned run. He's at 26 2/3. Yesterday threw 96 pitches, most in a regular season game since becoming a Dodger. His fastball was at 98 miles an hour. Is it possible, Greg, even though as much as we talk about him and as much as we worship at the Church of Shohei, that we're underrating how good his season has been so far?
Yeah, I guess so. But it's also, it's Shohei, and everything that Shohei does is pretty amazing. So the 26 2/3 streak that he's on right now, he gave up an unearned run yesterday. Yeah. So, and also it also goes back to last season, and he gave up runs in the postseason. He gave up runs in the World Series. So it's a weird one that I don't really like all that much because he did give up runs in the postseason. But at the same time, he's amazing. Everything he does is true. You look at it with awe. And now he's really trying to get the Cy Young too. If he gets the Cy Young, maybe I'll agree with you that we're underrating him because everything else he does is rated perfectly right. I'm telling you, right.
Momo, I made a mythical money bet with Mace at the start of the baseball season. I put $3,000 mythical dollars that Shohei would win the Cy Young Award. And if he hits it, it pays 30 to 1.
Wow.
So I would get $90K in mythical money.
Wow.
I don't think I'm out of it.
No.
I think Greg, I know you, when I brought it up with you, when I made that bet, you said it's a long shot. But I'm telling you, I feel actually kind of good about it.
I do too. I feel good. I feel like the odds are against him, right? That's why they're so high. But at the same time, when Shohei wants something, he does it. When he wants to be amazing, he's amazing. When he gets 50-50, he does it in the most spectacular ways that's humanly possible. Everything he does when he actually does that thing, he does it in an amazing way.
I think him and Wemby are the two best shows in sports.
No
Greg,
doubt.
we had a caller to Sports Graffiti that asked this question. I told him I would put it to you.
Okay.
The Dodgers seem like they have every box checked on this roster. They're deep in starting pitching. Their bullpen has been good. They're deep in everyday players. They've lost their starting shortstop and their starting second baseman. They just slide dudes in there and they keep winning. The question he asked was, if you were going to improve this roster, where would you look? Like, what position would you go? Would you look pitching, hitting, catching? What would you do?
That's a really, really good question. So
I said maybe middle infield depth, being that if Kim or Freeland go down, now with Mookie and Edman both on the injured list, you might be at a deficit there, but
you're still going to find somebody else because you still have Miguel Rojas that can go into that spot. And if Kim, because you're saying if those guys do, the fact is that Kim and Freeland are your depth there because guess who's coming back?
And Kike hasn't been active yet, right?
He's on the 60-day. It's going to take him a little while, but yeah, you still have Kim and Alex Freeland there, and then you're going to get Mookie and Tommy Edman back, who, by the way, was just the NLCS MVP a couple years ago. So, they have all of these guys. I'm trying to think in the outfield, your defense is great besides Teo, but he's actually been decent over there, and you want his bat there. So
hitting well.
I wouldn't.
Pages has been hitting a storm.
He
starts fast every year.
Momo, I'm glad you brought that up. Greg, they moved him up one spot. They moved Pages from 7
and then he went 0 for 4 with short strikeouts.
Right. Would you
golden sombrero, baby?
I was going to say, would you continue to tweak and maybe move him into the heart of the lineup, or maybe move him back to 7th in light of what happened yesterday? Where would you hit Pages moving forward?
I'd keep him where he is. I'd keep him around 7th, 6th, 7th. It doesn't really matter because your lengthening your lineup. And who are you going to put him over? You're not going to put him over Teo. You're not going to put him over Muncy. And so your top 4 is basically set. Your top 5 is basically set. And I like him towards the bottom because of just the lengthening of all of that. So if you have Kim or Freeland in the 8 or 9 spot, he's in the perfect spot right now for me because you can never take a breath against this team. And so he's going to continue to get pitches, and he's going to continue to hit really well as long as he does that.
I think John's right that it's something with an extra outfielder at some point. I mean, an extra infielder. But I also think let's see how this starting rotation comes together. Like Sheehan hasn't been great.
No, he hasn't, and neither and Sasaki. But then you have guys already that are waiting to come up here. Justin Robleski pitched well. River Ryan's back there. Yeah.
Hey, Greg, speaking of that.
Gavin Stone's going to come back.
I brought this up with Greg off the air the other day, but, Greg, we never talked about it on the air. Mm-hmm. What can you tell me about James Tibbs, this outfielder that's playing in AAA?
Yep.
He's playing in Oklahoma City. He was part of the Dustin May trade. Dustin May's not even on a Major League roster right now. And it appears this guy, Tibbs, do you know what position he plays, by the way? I don't.
He's an outfielder.
All right. And he's like the hottest player in the whole Pacific Coast League?
Yeah, he's been amazing. So right now, I was actually just looking at his stats because I was curious. He's batting over 400. He has 7 home runs. He has 13 RBIs. He only struck out 12 times, so he has more RBIs than he has strikeouts.
Greg, he hit 3 home runs in the same game on Saturday.
Yeah, no, the guy is phenomenal. But it was him and Zach Earhart that got moved over in the Dustin May trade. Dustin May, I believe, is in AAA with Boston. I don't even know if he's on a team there, but I thought he was in AAA with Boston. And so you got these 2 guys that they sent over, and James Tibbs was actually the guy who they moved. San Francisco moved to Boston.
Oh, right.
In the Rafael Devers trade.
That's
so
right.
So he was the big piece of that. So now you somehow
Andrew
said
Friedman did it again.
Yes, he did. So if somebody goes down in the outfield,
crazy.
You have James Tibbs.
He was the guy in the Devers trade.
Yeah, he was the big name in the Devers trade, and then they traded
for
him for Dustin May.
Less than 2 months later.
And I remember the Dustin May trade was kind of like they just kind of took him off our hands.
Right.
It wasn't really like they needed
Greg, if he
continues, pitch a little,
Greg, if he continues to hit like this, I mean, he won't stay this hot. But if he continues to just terrorize AAA pitching like this, let's say he does it for another 2 weeks, don't you have to bring him up just to see if you got lightning in a bottle?
So, yes and no, because do you want him to play every single day in AAA and continue to work on that? Or do you want him to come up here and sit and only play once or twice a week? Yeah. Kind of like Dalton Rushing. Think about Rushing right now. But because you're not going to sit Teo, you're not going to sit Pajes, you're not going to sit Tucker. So
and obviously DH is booked.
Yeah, DH. See, that's as great as Shohei is, and obviously you want him, and that would never say anything against that. The idea that he's your DH every single day really kind of hurts with bringing other people up, which is fine because it's Shohei.
What happens with Dalton Rushing? Like, how long can this go on?
So this can go on for a while. Unless they start to figure out whether he can play another position, maybe he can be another.
Would he move?
So why would you move Will Smith right now, though? He is one of the better defensive catchers. He has a great arm.
Will Smith might be the best catcher in baseball.
I totally agree.
I mean, Cal Raleigh hits better than Smith, but Smith
he's good defensively.
The whole package, Greg. I think I'd almost. If you said, "Do you want Cal Raleigh or Will Smith?" I'd be happy. I would let you go first and take the other one.
No, yeah, I would take Will Smith because I've seen what he does in Game 7 of the World Series. I've seen the big home runs that he has hit.
Yeah.
So
fantastic player.
Right. So I think Dalton Rushing maybe learning to play an infield position could help there to help what you're talking about another. Yeah. But I mean, you wouldn't play Rushing over Kim or Freeland either because they're both amazing defensively.
Yeah.
Your middle infield, even without Edmund and Mookie, is great still defensively. Yeah. And Muncy's not going anywhere. Maybe eventually you can move somebody over into that third base spot. But to answer the caller's question, I don't think there really is a weakness on this team as of now. Now, something could come up over the next couple months.
Take it from a Laker announcer. Injuries can come up when you least expect them.
And 2 at the same time.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Greg. Appreciate it. Coming up next, we'll talk about the Masters that's going on right now. My Masters pool is just completely obliterated. I may finish dead last. First, let me tell you about ZipRecruiter. If you are hiring, It's time to bench those other sites and let ZipRecruiter help you build a winning team. I was with Ian Siegel yesterday, the guy who invented ZipRecruiter. He told me we don't leave anything to chance. They have an algorithm, and they put it to good use, and you can use it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/LA. With ZipRecruiter, when you need to hire, you get the right fit for any role fast. Their smart matching technology starts showing your job to qualified candidates immediately. You can also apply filters and add screening questions to your job post to help you save time. Go to that website, ZipRecruiter.com/LA. If you're looking to hire somebody, post your job there for free. Did I mention it's free? That's ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
DeMarco and Travis have taken over Afternoon Drive.
I got a couple of days off coming the next couple of days. I'm going to see the rodeo, my man.
The rodeo. Look at you.
I'm going to watch some horses and cows. And
what are you going to wear?
Weekdays starting at 3 p.m.
Probably something similar to this.
You going to wear boots?
I don't have boots.
You don't have boots?
If I had boots, I would wear them.
I'm going to have to get you some boots.
Susan had an outfit.
What about a hat?
I might wear the hat.
Hat and the buckle?
Buckle might get covered up by other parts of my anatomy, but yeah.
You gonna wear one of those little ties? What are they called?
Bolo ties.
Bolo ties. You gonna wear a bolo tie?
I might wear a little pearl snap shirt or something like that.
Pearl snap.
Susan had the whole getup. She had the boots, the skirt, the hat, the vest.
Chaps. You gonna go?
I was into it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, hey,
yes,
what's up?
Sir.
How you feeling? So I was like, that looks pretty darn good.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Afternoons with DeMarco and Travis starting at 3 p.m. on 710 ESPN. The all-new ESPN LA app and live on YouTube.
Think premium meat has to come with a premium price? Not at Wild Fork Foods. Get Brazilian beef tenderloin for only $10 a pound. Yes, $10 a pound. And Atlantic salmon portions for just $9.98 a pound. That's steakhouse and seafood house quality at home. Everything is blast frozen to lock in flavor and nutrients. Shop one of their 11 locations or order online for same-day delivery. Find your local SoCal store at wildforkfoods.com. Wild Fork Foods. Quality meat, wild prices.
Hey, it's John Ireland. Watching a Laker game is so much more than just a game. It's the moments before tip-off, the people you're with, and the food you're sharing. That's why I love BBGO. BBGO is perfect for at-home watch parties or a night of hoops. Their food is bold and packed with flavor, bowls for a quick meal, dumplings and fried rice for everyone at the table. Vibe on a wave of Korean food and culture with BBGO. Look for BBGO at your local grocery store in the Asian and freezer aisles. BBGO for it and bring something different to the table.
You're sitting at a red light or stuck in traffic, and your phone lights up. Maybe it's a text, a video call, a new post, or a quick notification you think you can check in a second. It feels harmless, but the truth is, once your eyes leave the road, you're not really driving anymore. And traffic doesn't pause just because you do. That split second of distraction can throw off everything. Your reaction time, your awareness, your ability to avoid someone else's mistake. You could damage your car, injure yourself, or hurt someone you care about. Or you could get pulled over for a reminder that your phone isn't worth the risk. So before you start driving, make it easy on yourself. Put your phone on silent. Toss it in the glove box. Set it to Do Not Disturb. Put the phone away or pay. Paid for by NHTSA.
Mason, Ireland, on 710 ESPN.
Shohei Ohtani and I have something in common.
No, you don't.
Yes, we do.
I don't believe
we do.
Does he call in sick a lot?
No. Okay.
Right now, more of Mason and Ireland on 710.
Today it's Momo and Ireland. Ramona Shelburne filling in for Mace. We'll get to the Masters in a second. But our friend Michael Roth, the king of all things AEG, Michael's office is one floor above our office. And Michael heard something and wanted to react. Michael, how are you?
Mike, he's talking to you. Put your headphones on. He's fumbling with him.
Hello.
All right. So I just said, how are you? You don't have to respond to that if you don't want to. What brings you into Mason and Ireland today, Michael?
Okay, so I'm at the Starbucks getting my normal iced tea, and I saw this bag, and I thought, I feel bad for Ramona, whatever's in that bag, since it looked, I figured
Was
she
this yesterday?
No, this is right now. I think she ordered this, and then I got up in the elevator and realized I see the last initial R, And then I noticed, I didn't even see what was in it, but I was going to deliver it. It actually says Luke R. And I know Luke Robitaille. I know Luke Robitaille is coming in because we have a critical game tonight. So here's a bag from Starbucks that says Luke, but a big initial R, which I thought was Ramona. So open it.
Oh my gosh!
So I think we got Luke's.
It's a chocolate cake pop.
We got Luke's chocolate cake pop.
When's he coming in?
He's got a game. We got a game tonight at 7:30 against Vancouver.
Actually, Michael, it's strange that I know this. Luke is at a lunch in Beverly Hills, and he's rolling in the next couple of hours. So
I'm going to eat his cake pop.
Look, my mistake.
You can't just put it in front of me and not expect me to eat
I got some money off, so I'll give Luke. But it's a huge game tonight. But
lay it out for me with the Kings.
With the Kings are there's
right
four
cusp,
teams.
right?
Four teams within 2 points. We got 5 games left. 2 at home tonight against Vancouver, and Saturday against Edmonton. And, touch and go. Nashville and San Jose.
Yeah, they're like
got
a
game
half
in hand.
point out or 1 point out right now. But I talked to Mike Altieri, the fantastic vice president of the Kings yesterday, and Mike was telling me that they control their own destiny, right, Michael? If they win the games they should win, they'll get in.
Pretty much,
right?
But they can't. They got to win them. I think they got to win them. They can't, a tie, you give depending on who you tie, you give somebody else the point.
Right. Yes, they got to be careful. Okay, well, thank you for looking out for Ramona's cake pop. And if Luke comes in with steam,
it's Luke's cake pop. I sort of messed up with him, but Ramona's the recipient. It all comes around.
I mean, maybe he needs the lucky cake pop to win the game.
Right.
I don't know. We'll find out.
All right, Kings tonight. Thank you, Michael. And right now, the Masters is going on at Augusta. And
I'm just going to eat it right now.
Do it.
Been waiting 24 hours for this.
I sent this article to you guys. If you win the Masters, it comes with a ton of perks. Okay? So I'm going to read you 7 or 8 of the perks you get if you win the Masters, and I want you to tell me which one, if you could only have one, which one would you take? All right, ready?
Okay.
First one, you get the green jacket. It's yours forever. You have one at your house. You have one in the locker room at Augusta. Forever, you are allowed to wear the Masters green jacket. All right, that's kind of an obvious one.
That's pretty cool.
You get a replica of the clubhouse at Augusta as the trophy. The trophy is a replica clubhouse that is really cool that I'm sure every Masters winner,
it's like an Emmy Award for us.
Yeah, you probably see it right when they walk in the front door. You also get a gold medal. It's been handed out since the tournament started in 1934. You get the right to put together the menu at the Champions Dinner.
That's pretty good.
And so you don't have to pay for it. That started in 1952 with Ben Hogan. But like Rory McIlroy did it this year, he had a funny line. He had like a lot of American food there, and they said, well, you're from Northern Ireland. Why didn't you put food there? He goes, because I actually want to eat it. I've had a few of those Northern Ireland dinners.
Haggis,
I know what he's talking about. You're also, if you win, you're permanently invited to the Masters dinner forever.
Yeah, I think that might be the best one.
Because it's inside access. You get these guys kind of like loosey-goosey, have some drinks.
Right. So this one's interesting. You get a golden locket in the shape with the Masters logo on it that opens up to reveal a picture of Bobby Jones, and if the winner gets one every year.
That's the worst so far.
The lockets are unofficially designated for the wives of players who get them, and many of the wives wear them on the grounds. All right. An honorary lifetime membership to Augusta National.
Ding, 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 ding.
Okay.
Pretty good.
Access to the Champions locker room. So there's a locker room there that you can only get into if you have won it. And here's one that you got to think about. You get a bunch of exemptions. The best one is every golfer who wins the Masters has an exemption to play in it for the rest of his life. Even when you're 80, you get to play in it. But you also get an automatic invite to the U.S. Open, British Open, and PGA Championship for the next 5 years. Okay? And then the last one is a bunch of money, but I'll leave that one out because last year Rory got $4.2 million. I'll leave that out because everybody would just take the money. Of all those perks, Brian Cohen, you only get to take one. What are you taking?
I would take the most classic and the Masters. Give me the green jacket.
You want the green
I want
jacket?
the green jacket.
I remember when Phil Mickelson won, he put it on and then drove around like he went to Starbucks, he went to In-N-Out.
I feel like that's the worst one.
Me
okay,
too. You can get a green jacket
that's
from
the
a
most
department
recognizable
store.
one.
But it's the least valuable.
All right, Emily, what would you take?
Okay, I would take the ability to go to the membership to the Augusta, because I feel like that is one thing where you can invite people to it. You have more than just myself enjoy it. I think it's incredibly valuable because you can get the inside access, the access to the club. That's mine.
Right.
I'm going to the dinner for life.
Dinner
I think
for
that's
life.
super
I like it.
cool.
But
like
you've
that,
been to nice dinners before, Ramona.
I know, but every year it's like you can just decide that every year now you're going to go to that dinner, get to see everyone. It's like being in the Heisman. You know, you always get invited to the Heisman ceremony.
Okay, John.
That's kind of cool.
Question:
Yes.
Is there any way that this can be revoked?
Ooh.
Behavior. Like if you did something to a bear, like they're really, really strict there. For example, Mark Calcavecchia, super successful golfer. I think one time, checked his cell phone. They have a strict no cell phone policy, and they threw him out.
Ooh.
But he's not a Masters winner. So here's the scenario that I want. Okay. So people are mad at Jason Kelce. They think he's going to be too rambunctious going to the Masters. He won't uphold the standards of the Masters. Okay, but here's my plan. Mm-hmm. I'm a man, so I win the Masters, and I'm very good at this. I win 1 year, and that's the only year I'm good at golf is the 1 year. I win the Masters. But I use my membership, my lifetime membership, to just cause a ruckus. Like I have
throw you out.
The best fun. But I won. They can't revoke that.
Yes, they can. For behavior, they can. Gary Player got in trouble. I think he's won 3 times. Gary Player got in trouble because he exceeded the guest limit. He wanted to play with his son and his grandson, and apparently you're limited to how many guests you're allowed to bring, and they suspended him.
This is some BS. Come on, John.
It is Emily, it is the most stodgy. It's tradition.
See,
I understand.
that's why you got to rethink the membership to Augusta, because do you really want to hang with those people?
And you're restricted into how much you can use it. For example, the club is closed in July and August.
Oh, it's like a timeshare.
But it's also too hot. That's too hot.
Right.
Nobody wants
Georgia,
to be in. You're right. You're right.
And you live in California. I mean, how often do you actually fly to Augusta to use it?
I have family in Atlanta and I have family on the East Coast, so maybe I can go, once or twice a year.
Yeah, and then I think I might take the one with the exemptions, and here's why. I wasn't allowed on the basis of my question to take the money, to take the $4.2 million. But if I'm good enough to win the Masters, I get a lifetime exemption to the Masters, so I can keep trying to win and get more money. And I get exemptions to the other 3 majors for the next 5 years. So that's 15 more tournaments where I could make a bunch of money. I might take that one.
You're right, because you can capitalize again. If this is the 1 year you're great at golf, you can capitalize about the money you can make in addition to the money that you earn in the prize. But yeah, I do think the worst of these is the jacket and the locket. The locket's dumb.
I agree. I'm not into the
Who
locket.
wears a locket anymore?
Well, I mean, apparently the wives of the winners wear them a lot. You don't wear do either one of you wear lockets?
No, I've never owned a locket. It feels like it's only in movies. You know how you have a locket with like your dead parents in it?
Well, as you know, I watch all Hallmark movies. Lockets are quite popular in Hallmark movies.
It is an easy device to use at a Hallmark movie.
I lose a lot of things. Like I have all sorts of earrings, and I literally have a part of my car where I just put like the one ear. I lose one earring.
A Ramona lost and found in your car.
And I'm like, could I pull this off with like 2 mismatched earrings? Because I lost the other one of both, and I'm like, do these look enough? And I don't know. It's very. I would lose the locket. There's just no way.
All right, so Masters going on right now on ESPN.
That cake pop was so good.
Oh, good. Luke Robitaille.
I just crushed
Luke Robitaille is going to come in with a hockey stick and swing it at you. All right. Coming up next. Let's say you're 60, but you never played college football, and you have eligibility. Should you be allowed to play? We'll explain that story next. Momo Informace. I'm John Ireland, ESPN LA.
It's time to BB Go for it.
Every game day, you can play and win fabulous prizes from BBGO.
And qualify for the grand prize, a trip to basketball's biggest stage.
Thank you. Here we go. Time to BB Go for it. It's your cue to call. Caller number 7 right now, 877-710-ESPN, 877-710-ESPN. Caller number 7 gets to tell us which team tonight will hit the first 3-pointer.
BB Go for it.
That's right. It's a Lakers game day. Tell us again which team will hit the first three-pointer, and you can win.
From BBGO and ESPN LA.
BB Go For It. We'll find out who's playing BB Go For It coming up next on ESPN LA.
We got your chance to win.
Mornings in LA start with Sedano and Cap.
Yeah, Michelle, I've taken a lot of heat around here for not knowing who Yoshi the dinosaur is. And then does this have something to do with Mario Brothers or does it not?
Weekdays starting at 7 a.m. on ESPN LA.
Because I only knew Mario from the video game Donkey Kong from 1982.
But Michelle, you know who Mario and Luigi were.
Of course. I mean, I'm Italian. Of course I know Mario.
Right, I was just going to say.
It's over here.
Me, it's
right over here. It's right over here.
Those are our guys, please.
Yeah, I mean, two Italian plumbers. You're Italian. Exactly.
I know.
Wait, those guys are plumbers?
They're plumbers.
I didn't know they were
Happy's
plumbers.
face when you said
I didn't know
two
they were plumbers.
Italian plumbers.
I didn't know those guys were plumbers. Really? I thought those guys just climbed ladders to get the Donkey Kong. I didn't know that.
I'm looking at them now. Excellent mustaches.
Oh,
for
very
Mario
good.
and Luigi.
Yeah, very good.
Very good.
And they're great athletes, these guys. You
two
should see
lovely
these guys.
mustachioed gentlemen. So.
Yeah.
The Morning Show with Sedano and Cap. Weekdays starting at 7 a.m. on ESPN Los Angeles.
The LPGA Tour returns to Los Angeles for the JM Eagle LA Championship, presented by Plaschke, April 16th through the 19th at El Caballero Country Club. Come watch 144 of the world's best female golfers, including LPGA Major Champion Hannah Green and 2025 Champion Ingrid Lindblad. First responders, military, and kids under 17 get in free. It's more than just a golf tournament. Get your tickets today at jmeaglelachampionship.com.
Evan Cohen here. In life, as in sports, the pros make it look easy. That's why pro golfers like Jason Day, Ben Griffin, and Patton Kazire trust the pros in lawn care. True Green. They have the experience and expertise to give you a lawn worthy of the PGA Tour. And since True Green does the work for you, you get more free time, or more tee times. So stop stressing over your lawn and start loving it. Sign up now at TrueGreen.com because nobody makes it easier to get a golf course quality lawn than True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour. Evan Cohen here. Game day brings the excitement. Your stay should feel just as memorable. With Marriott Bonvoy, official hotel partner of the NCAA and U.S. Soccer, you're connected to a portfolio of brands designed for how you travel. Some offer complimentary breakfast, others give you room to spread out, space to stay productive, or extended stay comforts. So whether you're a traveling fan or part of the team, Marriott Bonvoy celebrates the moments that live on before and after the game. Marriott Bonvoy, where game day checks in.
It's time to BB Go For It.
Every game day, you can play and win fabulous prizes from BBGO.
And qualify for the grand prize, a trip to basketball's biggest stage.
It's time on Mason and Ireland right now on ESPN LA to BB Go For It. We've got caller number 7. Let's find out who it is.
Caller number 7 is Fernando Jimenez from Montebello. Congratulations, Fernando, just for playing BB Go For It today on Mason and Ireland. You win $50 in BBGO now. You got a chance to make it $100 and qualify for the grand prize, a trip to basketball's biggest stage. Give us your prediction for tonight's game. Which team will score the first three-point basket, Lakers or Warriors, Fernando?
I got to go with my Lakers. You know, it'd be sacrilegious to go with the Warriors.
All right, good for you.
BB, go for it. Listen to tonight's game on ESPN LA, and let's see if you're right for your chance to win even more BBGO product and qualify for the grand prize to see basketball's biggest game in person. BB, go for it. From Mason and Ireland, ESPN LA, and our friends at BBGO.
BB, go for it.
BB Go For It brought to you by BB Go Bold Korean flavor that's comforting and easy. Bowls, dumplings, fried rice. BB Go For It. And bring something different to the table. All right. Ramona, good question for you here.
Yeah.
The WNBA draft is coming up. A lot of those UCLA women that just won the title will probably be drafted, at least 4 of them. The Dallas Wings have the first pick. Azzi Fudd is the point guard at UConn, and I don't know if she'll be the first pick, but she's in the conversation. Here's what makes it interesting. Fudd and Paige Beckers, who was the Rookie of the Year in the WNBA this year and plays in Dallas now, are dating. Beckers is the biggest star on the Wings. would you hesitate to draft Fudd knowing that she dates Beckers and you're then bringing that dynamic to your locker room? In other words, if they break up, your team might crumble. Would that enter into your thought process when you're trying to decide who to take?
It definitely would. And I don't think AZ's going to be taken number 1 overall.
I don't either, but I think it's an interesting question.
I'm going to tell you who I think is going to get taken over number 1.
Is it my girl Lauren Betts?
No, it's a Spanish center. She's 6'4" from Spain. Her name is Awa Pham, and she played for Valencia in Spain. She's 19, and she's like one of those really intriguing prospects. But I think AZ Fudd and Paige Beckers, I know they played together in college. But I think that I think they're duplicative. You know what I mean? Like I think they have this. You don't need another guard, and they're not different enough players. I think Paige Beckers is going to need a center to play with. So I would go either Lauren Betts or Awa Pham, depending on how your scout is on her.
So the logic you just used was applied in one of the most famous misdrafts in basketball history. I probably told you this story before.
Mm-hmm.
Bobby Knight was coaching the Olympic team in 1984, and the general manager of the Trailblazers was a guy named Stu Inman. He's a guy drafted Michael. Stu Inman, basketball lifer, very well respected, has the second pick in the draft, and the Rockets have already said they're going to take Olajuwon. So Bobby knows Stu, and he calls me and goes, Stu, you got to take Michael Jordan second. I've had him in camp here for 3 weeks. He's the best basketball player I've ever seen. And Stu Inman said what you just said about the Dallas Wings. Stu goes, Bobby, I would love to, but he's too duplicative with Clyde Drexler, who I already have. They basically are the same type of player. So I need to take a center. And Bobby said, Stu, then play Jordan at center. You're missing my point. He's going to make somebody a fortune. He's going to win not one NBA title, but a bunch of them. And so Stu Inman didn't listen. He drafted Sam Bowie. Jordan went to the Bulls, and the rest is history. So it's a long way of me saying, don't you always want to take the best player rather than drafting for need?
But Awa Pham might be the best player, or Lauren Betts, or because I don't think look, AZ Fudd is a great player. Olivia Miles is also a really good player from TCU, and I think that's a different, and again another point guard, right? It's kind of hard to see how they fit together, but. To me, it's whatever your scout is on Awa Pham, because you don't get these 6'4" centers very often. They had another one last year, Dominique Malonga, who was taken number 2 overall by Seattle, and it was another international player. She was French. Could have been the number 1 overall pick. There's some people who said she might even be a better prospect.
Ramona, am I
than
right
Paige.
in saying that the WNBA isn't like the NBA, at least not yet, in that the foreign players in the WNBA aren't the 5 or 6 best players in the league.
But it's coming. The French players are really good. But I'll tell you this, AZ Fudd, she has a huge, long injury history. She's torn lean ligaments and all these things. And I think it's a little anybody who takes her is going to assume the risk of all the previous injuries.
But I do think it's interesting as a thought exercise. Maybe it's not we're talking about them, but just in general, the idea of, do you want to draft somebody who's dating your star player because you want your star player to feel better about themselves, want to be with their partner, because eventually maybe their partner will come to that team anyway, or there's the risk of a fracture and then that hurts the team.
This has happened a lot in
vibes.
I know of a lot of situations like this. Some of them
This always happens at TV stations if the two anchors start dating each other.
Yeah.
And then when they break up, it's super awkward on the air.
Yeah, it's different if you get married versus dating. How serious is this, right? This has happened in the W. There's something going on right now, but I haven't tracked the who's dating who and who broke up with who.
This happens in NWSL too.
Yeah, it's happened. It's going on. There's a dicey one right now. I can't remember all the details. I'm going to get it wrong if I try to do it right now.
Right.
But it basically was it affected like somebody got traded there and they just broke up and she had dated her ex or something. It's very complicated and messy.
Yeah.
I mean, I think in the NBA, this it hasn't happened with two people dating each other, but it's happened with like somebody who's dated a wife, right? They've had similar
it can get very complicated.
Wives.
I remember one time, Emily, did you watch One Tree Hill?
Yes.
All right, so Rick Fox did a few episodes of One Tree Hill. So one time he came in with the showrunner and hung out with Mason and I for like an hour, and we were talking basketball.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking One Tree Hill, and it was fun. And one of the things that had happened was Sophia Bush and Chad Michael Murray, who were on the show, they're off air, they got married. And the showrunner was telling us, guys, I can't write this into the show.
Right.
Because if you break up, that's the end of the show.
Yeah.
And sure enough, they broke up.
And guess who Sophia Bush is with now?
She changed teams, right?
Yep. She's dating she was a previous backup goalie for the U.S. women's national team that was also in a relationship with somebody on the women's. It was messy. It was a big deal. But yeah, Sophia Bush now is dating a woman.
She came in. Sophia Bush came in one time. Could not have been nicer.
Huh.
I would assume, yeah.
Super nice woman. Yeah, good for her. Okay.
So I'm looking at ESPN's mock, by the way. Right now, ESPN has Lauren Betts going 4th overall to the Mystics.
Okay.
Although they already have size.
Oh, man, Kiki Rice should go to the Mystics. That's where she's from.
Yeah. Then they have Gianna Neepkins going 8th to the Valkyries.
Where is Gabriella Hawkins in that
they have
mock?
Gabriella going 11th to the Mystics, so that could be fun if they had Gabriella and Lauren on the same team.
Right.
And then Kiki Rice going 12th to Connecticut. So they have 4
Connecticut
Bruins.
will actually be in Houston by the time Kiki gets there.
No,
right?
no. Connecticut won last year in Connecticut, and then they play in Houston in 27.
Okay. I mentioned this, so let me pay this off before we get to Fast Track. Emily, you found this story. A 60-year-old man wants to become the oldest college football player in history. This guy's in good shape. He probably could be competitive. My question would be, what are you doing? I mean, what are you doing?
Nobody to step in.
Nobody wants to see a 60-year-old college football player. Your right to compete at age. This is the whole thing they did with The Bachelor. They said, we're going to do a golden bachelor. And they tried it with a couple of women. They tried it with a couple of men. We had the guy on. It didn't take. Nobody wants to watch that. Just because you want to play doesn't mean you should.
Is he good?
I don't think he's like he's not a difference maker, right?
Yeah, no, it's a D3 school. It's McDaniel College in Westminster, Maryland. It would basically be a stunt.
I like it. Why not? Who cares?
He could
live your life, man.
Everything. He could break everything. It's tackle football.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to watch your 60-year-old ass play college football.
You don't have bone density anymore.
Yeah, come on, man. What are we doing here? All right, coming
you
up
guys are
next.
Ages. John, I'm surprised at you.
What? I'm in my 60s.
I know.
Come
on, John.
Nobody wants to see the Lakers have like 10 injuries. Nobody wants to see me or Michael put on a Laker uniform. And
I would like to see Michael play. I would pay to see Michael Thompson get out there.
He does. This era of basketball.
I think what he would say is he could give you 10 minutes. After that, he would need like a full body massage.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think he can give you 10 minutes.
Like 3.
Well, I'm not saying 10 consecutive, Em.
In a whole game.
I'm saying 2.5
but
in each
that guy
quarter.
does talk a lot of smack.
Okay, John, if you had to do a physical competition against a 25-year-old, what physical competition would you do? It's not
golf.
Mental. Golf?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, look, we play in the ESPN LA softball game every year.
Yeah. Well, thank God that thing's over. Every year
Are
somebody
we done?
gets hurt. Yeah. Well, every year somebody got hurt. Normally it was Mason. But we're too old to be doing that crap. Nobody wants to see it.
I like to play it. That's kind of fun. But I did every year. I kind of well. I walked out. I did something to my knee last year. I was like, oh,
there
God,
you see Exhibit A. You
because anytime I try hard, like I try hard and think I still got it, I don't got it.
Yeah. It's much smarter for us to do
Stay
things
within
like
your limits.
The Mandy's or a poker tournament, just to keep us and our listeners from being physically abused. All right, coming up next, Fast Track. Brian's got some stuff. Emily's got some stuff. We'll get it in there. Em, is this the Cosm Ticket Thursday?
Yeah, it is.
All right, call 877-710-ESPN right now. Caller number 7 wins a 4-pack of general admission tickets to the Western Conference play-in tournament game at Cosm on Tuesday. This Tuesday, April 14th. Catch every clutch moment on Cosm's immersive shared reality displays only with ESPN LA. Call now, 877-710-3776. Fast Track next, ESPN LA.
DeMarco and Travis have taken over Afternoon Drive.
If you don't know, DeAndre finished last place in the Mason Ireland bracket, and that means that you will have to complete the last place challenge, which is the Ride the D crop top. The Metro Ride the D t-shirts they made, and you're going to have to wear it.
Weekdays starting at 3 p.m.
That's not a problem at all with me.
What? Of all the people that could have lost, you're the least interesting one to me because you're the fittest person here.
I'm only wearing it in studio.
No, we going to take some pictures,
picture's
too.
going everywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to watch you walk out your front door, walk to your car,
Absolutely.
Get in the car, get out, walk through the parking lot, come up the elevator
will not
here.
Be the only place you're seeing
like the whole thing.
Travis, let's run a billboard.
Well, we have nothing else. We should take him out to dinner that night or something.
Absolutely.
We have to wear it the rest of the way.
Grease you up.
Afternoons with DeMarco and Travis starting at 3 p.m. on 710 ESPN. The all-new ESPN LA app. And live on YouTube.
Looking for paint that actually lasts? Vista Paint delivers expert quality, rich color, and pro-trusted durability, backed by over 60 years of experience. From your home to your next big project, we've got you covered. Vista Paint, since 1956.
Los Angeles, if you missed out on any action this past season, don't make the same mistake. Secure your spot in the Rams house for 2026. Watch every home game next year with big-time matchups against the Bills, Chiefs, Cowboys, and Packers. In addition, enjoy home playoff ticket access, interest-free monthly payment plans, and stadium event pre-sale access. Visit therams.com/2026. Again, that is therams.com/2026. Don't miss out on any of next season's action. Get your Rams season tickets today.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. That's 2,000 children every single day. It's a heart-wrenching reality that we can no longer ignore. Find the Children is a non-profit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted vehicle, running or not. Call 1-800-294-0222. We guarantee that you will receive the maximum tax deduction. We provide fast, free pickup with 24-hour response. Call 1-800-294-0222. Find the Children provides crucial resources to help find missing children and educational materials to teach kids how to recognize and avoid predators. Our recovery programs have a proven track record of reuniting kids with their families. It's time to act. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Help us build a world where every child is safe. Pick up the phone and call 1-800-294-0222. Together, we can bring these kids home safely. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNLAcontests.com.
That's ESPNLAcontests.com.
The home of the Lakers. And now the home of the Rich Eisen Show. Weekdays 9 a.m. to noon. KSPN Los Angeles. A Good Karma Brands radio station.
And it is 2 p.m. in the Southland on the biggest show on the radio, Mason and Ireland.
And it is time for Fast Track.
Fast Track.
The return of Fast Track, driven by our friends at Cerritos Auto Square. Why do more people buy their car at Cerritos Auto Square than from any other location in Southern California? Easy. With 24 dealerships side by side, car shoppers can find the right car at the right price at the right location. Cerritos Auto Square. Learn more at CerritosAutosquare.com.
Time for Fast Track.
Down low is 350Q, 3.25 horsepower, 4-speed, 410 gears, 10 coats of competition orange, hand rubbed lacquer with a blue plane manifold, open race cams.
Fast Track on Mason and Ireland.
Time for Fast Track. Take it away, Mace.
All right, no Mace today. Momo in for him. Zoom, Em.
And first, I want to congratulate Sandra Robertson, who just won those tickets to Cosm. Make sure you stay tuned for DeMarco and Travis show for 2 more opportunities to get those see the play-in tournament for the Western Conference. But here's my Fast Track. Could the end of this season 51 for SNL, be Lauren's last? Let me explain. So Lauren has a documentary coming out in theaters next month, so you can go pay your money
Is
at
he
AMC.
part of the doc, or did someone do it about him?
He is a part of the doc. He sits for the doc, but it's also about him. It's actually from a really good documentarian. Like, it's going to be a quality piece.
Okay.
And the final episode of this season is Will Ferrell and Paul McCartney.
Ooh.
So those are some of, obviously, Paul McCartney and Lauren have a very close friendship. Will is one of the greatest stars to come out of SNL's era. So we've been talking about it for a long time. What is he, in his 80s?
Yeah, and
Could this be it?
Of course it could. I thought, Emily, that he might quit after the 50th because it was just a clean break. He could turn the show over to Tina Fey. A lot of people were speculating that, and he didn't. So I think he's got a little Vin Scully in him in that he's 81 years old. My guess is he rides this a little bit longer, Momo. What do you think?
Yeah, because how involved is he day to day anyway?
Very.
Oh, okay. Because you know what Vin did his last year is he cut back, but he was still involved. So Vin was like, he only did games west of the Rockies. Remember that? And then he only did like San Francisco and San Diego. Like he just did California for a little while, and eventually he stopped. But I think that there's a winding down that you can do where you're still involved, but you don't have to do everything. So maybe this is one of those slow off-ramp things.
And
so
John,
long goodbyes.
You'd pick Tina, right? Not Keenan or Colin or somebody else that we're not thinking of.
If Tina wants to do it, she's my first choice.
She's produced a lot, too. She's done a lot of shows.
And she was the head writer for the time that she was on that show. She did the first episode of SNL UK. She is the heir apparent, I would think, if they had the opportunity. But yeah, it's just if she wants it. And I think she would be really great about making SNL mean again. I want SNL to like twist the knife a little harder, have a little bit harder jokes, be a little bit meaner, because I think that is what it's supposed to be.
I don't disagree. Do not disagree.
Don't you feel like the last show should have like Steve Martin?
Well, we don't know that it's not.
Okay.
It could be one of those things where if it is that last show, that it turns into everybody that's ever
been
on
with
Lauren and been like a favorite of Lauren's comes and says goodbye.
Yeah.
All right, BC, what do you got?
Okay. All right, stay with me here. If I asked you the question, vanilla or chocolate ice cream, what would you say?
Chocolate.
Vanilla.
Vanilla.
All right, so apparently Koa Kai is Oregon's QB coach, and he has come out and said this is the one question that he asks every recruit. I'll play a little soundbite, and he's going to give you the reason why, and then I want to hear what your take is.
Like I ask him a question like this all the time. Hey, do you like chocolate ice cream or vanilla ice cream? Okay, the minute a kid pauses, I don't really want that kid, right? Because you need to have some type of conviction, right, wrong, or indifferent. Okay? So whether you like chocolate or you like vanilla, I don't really care. But if you sit there and say, coach, I don't know. Is it melted? Is it not? What's the brand? So on and so forth. Like, what is this kid going to do on third down in front of 110,000? He's probably going to think about it more than he should. He's not going to have conviction.
I will say you both answered, very
pretty quick.
Very quickly, instantly.
Yeah, I paused a second.
Emily, you're out.
You're out. You know what? I kind of dig what he said there. He's right, because there's never there are conditions you can put on everything, but if you twist yourself into a pretzel trying to figure it out, you've already lost. You're already sacked. Third and 15. You got to make a decision.
That is a fascinating take.
Huh.
I think it's a lot of emphasis being put on ice cream. I'm not so sure I would rule a person out.
I know. What if a dude said strawberry?
Just for or like neither.
Yeah,
just rejected the premise of the question.
Well, that's that's an answer too, right?
Maybe he'd be combative.
Okay, so tell me what you think though. Like, what is the psychological profile of somebody who chooses chocolate versus vanilla, or vanilla versus chocolate?
I don't think I agree with the coach. I don't think the answer matters as much as the conviction that you answered.
Yeah,
with.
I agree.
Okay, but I think there's one way to think about it. So people might think you want to say chocolate to make yourself seem more interesting, but the actual real answer might be vanilla.
No, I just like chocolate better.
But no, I think some people
chocolate cake pop.
Some people might overthink it and say, "Hey, this coach is trying to see if I'm just plain Jane." But no, I will stick up for what I like, and I like vanilla. But strawberry is my favorite.
It's weird. My son Jack, his answer right away would be chocolate. Mine right away is vanilla.
Same.
I I asked him to go get some chocolate chip ice cream, and he brought home chocolate chip.
Okay.
And I won't eat it.
Really?
Yeah, I want vanilla
you
chocolate
really
chip.
don't like chocolate?
No, I like chocolate, but not as much as the vanilla.
Interesting.
I just see it taste better.
So, because I have 2 kids, Daniel would say vanilla and Jacob would say chocolate. Like, we're just, it's just the way you, I don't know, it's just the way God made you, right? Like, you just like chocolate or you like vanilla. I don't know. You said vanilla, Bri?
I'd go vanilla, yeah.
Interesting.
Vanilla, plus you can do more things with vanilla.
Exactly.
You can put chocolate sauce, you can put strawberry sauce, you can put caramel. If you get chocolate and you start piling stuff on, then it just
kind of gross,
decadent. Yeah. But the most interesting thing about that, Brian, is that the coach puts that much emphasis on what seems to be a fairly innocuous question.
I like it.
I would not rule a person out.
Yeah, because there's so many ways you could just do it. You could say, is it gelato? Is it ice cream?
Well,
Can I add toppings to it? Yeah.
He doesn't want to hear.
I don't want to hear any choices.
He did what he was looking for was indecision.
Yeah.
And Emily, that moment of indecision cost you a scholarship to Oregon.
Dang.
There you go. What's on tap today on ESPN LA? The Lakers are on the road. I'm here with them in San Francisco to take on the Warriors. If you just joined us, Lakers still have a bunch of massive injuries. The Warriors actually have more than the Lakers, including Steph Curry, who will sit out tonight. So the Lakers got a real chance. Toyota Lakers Countdown with Beto starts at 5:30. Tip-off at 7. Hear it on your afternoon drive on 7:10 a.m. or go to the ESPN LA app, brought to you by Michelob Ultra. Michelob Ultra, the official beer of the Lakers. Please enjoy responsibly. Coming up, more Fast Track. Momo in for Mason and Ireland, ESPN LA.
It is Fast Track on Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN, the all-new ESPN LA app, and always on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles, driven by Cerritos Auto Square.
And it is time for Fast Track.
Fast Track.
Why do more people buy their car at Cerritos Auto Square than from any other location in Southern California? Easy. With 24 dealerships side by side, car shoppers can find the right car at the right price at the right location. Cerritos Auto Square. Learn more at CerritosAutoSquare.com.
Time for Fast Track.
More Fast Track next.
Kings fans, what's up? Back-to-back victories for your Kings.
Evangelista, right-handed shooter. He holds. He lost the puck. The Kings win. A shootout victory for the LA Kings.
The playoff race is for real. And tonight, Kings and Canucks, 7:30 p.m. from Crypto. And after the game, your chance to call and be a part of Kings Talk with me, Sam Boney. This game matters. They all matter. Only 5 games left for your Kings. Tonight, 7:30 p.m. Kings and Canucks on ESPN LA, your home for Kings hockey.
Hey guys, it's Cappy here, and let me tell you something you should do. You should book your annual eye exam at VisionWorks. It's not just about your sharper vision, it's about catching potential health issues early, like glaucoma, diabetes, or hypertension. Look, I did it. You should do it. I know you're busy. They'll work with you on evenings or weekends. I went to the Santa Ana store, had an amazing experience. That peace of mind, it's totally worth it. If you haven't had your eyes checked yet this year, now is the time, and VisionWorks makes it simple.
Welcome to Pacific Palms Resort, a full-service destination in the San Gabriel Valley. Stay in spacious, first-class accommodations with stunning views and savor an unforgettable meal at Red Restaurant and Bar, the hottest dining experience in the San Gabriel Valley, featuring culinary delights designed to excite even the most refined palate. Tee off on one of our 2 PGA-designed golf courses, a favorite among seasoned golfers, then relax at our Oasis Pool or indulge in a rejuvenating spa treatment. Discover luxury hospitality at its finest at Pacific Palms Resort.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. It's springtime in SoCal, and if you're still on those same old floors, make a power move with Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. Millions of in-stock options. Hardwood, laminate, waterproof vinyl, carpet, even turf. No waiting on spring sales, just true wholesale pricing every single day. Extra savings for first responders, military, and veterans, plus price match. Hit the showroom right off the 5 freeway or check them out at HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. No games, no gimmicks, because no spring sale beats wholesale.
You're sitting at a red light or stuck in traffic, and your phone lights up. Maybe it's a text, a video call, a new post, or a quick notification you think you can check in a second. It feels harmless. But the truth is, once your eyes leave the road, you're not really driving anymore. And traffic doesn't pause just because you do. That split second of distraction can throw off everything. Your reaction time, your awareness, your ability to avoid someone else's mistake. You could damage your car, injure yourself, or hurt someone you care about. Or you could get pulled over for a reminder that your phone isn't worth the risk. So before you start driving, make it easy on yourself. Put your phone on silent. Toss it in the glove box. Set it to Do Not Disturb. Put the phone away or pay. Paid for by NHTSA.
Fast Track.
And it is Fast Track on 710 ESPN. Mason and Ireland on the all-new ESPN LA app, 7:10 a.m. and always on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles. Fast Track now back in the 2 p.m. hour on Mason and Ireland, driven by Cerritos Auto Square. Why do more people buy their car at Cerritos Auto Square than from any other location in Southern California? Easy. With 24 dealerships side by side, car shoppers can find the right car at the right price at the right location. Cerritos Auto Square. Learn more at CerritosAutoSquare.com. Once again, back to Fast Track and back to Mason and Ireland on 710.
All right, zoom, Em.
So we talked about it. I teased it earlier in the show, but I want to get to this here. So Bill Simmons does these half-baked ideas, and he had a bunch of guys.
Okay, can I interrupt you for a second? This podcast, which he does with his friend Kevin Wildes. Kevin is one of the co-hosts of that show with Nick Wright.
He used
on
to be
Fox.
my producer on NBA Today, by the way, and Sports Nation. So I knew him when he was
I
a
think
producer.
this Half-Baked Ideas podcast is fantastic. I wish they would do it more often, and I will tell you, Emily, that at least 2 or 3 of Kevin's half-baked ideas I always think should happen.
Right. I think it's interesting because there's either this one or there's one with Chuck Klosterman, which I feel like the Klosterman one is becoming less and less effective for me over time, but that's a little in the weeds about Bill Simmons' podcast. But, so, your ex-producer had an idea about how to make it so that Luka and Austin don't have to go all the way to Europe to get this treatment. So here's the clip.
Luka's going to Spain to get his hamstring checked out. Austin Reeves staying here. So automatically you got to look at Austin like, why aren't you going to Spain? Like, do you not care? I'm headed to Spain. But maybe Austin, whatever, he's got commitments here. Could there be some embassy adjacent doctor's office, maybe exclusively for athletes who need timely European medical procedures domestically? And I'm sure the FDA would, say this is not how it works. I would try to say it was eco-friendly to save on fuel prices nowadays. It's an eco-friendly way to get global medicine. Maybe it's just an athlete carve-out thing, so you don't have to go all the way to Spain. Luka can stay here, go to the meetings, what's going on. The other option, there's a certain amount of distance you can get from the coastline where you're just in international waters. So you can have more of like a floating boat.
So you're talking about like those, like they'll have those gambling boats in the South.
Yes.
You go off the coast and all of a sudden you can gamble legally once you're further.
No one knows what the jurisdiction is. Like, we're actually doing Spanish medicine here. There's tapas. It's a nice vibe for Lucas. He doesn't go all the way to Spain.
Should they adopt this?
Okay, I have an answer for you here. And it's based on reporting and calls I've actually had with real doctors that are here in the States.
Okay.
I believe there is a few doctors that do the kind of stem cell stuff that I believe Luka is getting done. Okay, I don't know exactly what Luka's having done, but this is what you would do. Okay, so this is stem cells are not approved yet here in the States, but there are some doctors, some super cutting edge doctors that have been helping a few NBA players that I know of, and I know that what they got done was legal, okay? Because some of the super cutting edge stuff that they're doing, they wouldn't have been able to do it if it wasn't, okay? And I think that doctor, they're like these regenerative medicine specialists, right? And so stem cells are basically like, the best way to describe it is like, think about it like, PRP is like they take your own blood, they spin it around, the platelet-rich plasma, that creates inflammation, it speeds up healing. Although in the time that you first get it, it kind of like hurts more because it's more inflamed, right?
Right.
Speeds up healing. Stem cells are almost the opposite. They don't create inflammation. They just think it's like a shake. Like you just throw the shake on the injured hamstring or the creaky knee or something like that, and they just kind of get in there and help it heal, but without creating that inflammatory response that slows everything down, which is what PRP does. It's also much better for cartilage and muscle injuries. there's people who do that here in the States. So I don't think Luka had to go all the way to Spain. I think there is somebody who can do that here. I know who they are. I shouldn't say it yet, but I do think that Kevin's point that they should create that here, I think it's already being done.
When we get questions like this of the medical nature, I just lean on Dr. Clapper because he's such a great resource for us. And I think what Dr. Clapper would say if he was here, because he said it when he was on with us on Tuesday, is that the FDA is a good thing. Doctors appreciate the Federal Drug Administration because it regulates people from going off the ranch and doing really crazy stuff.
And there's a rigor to it, too, to get everything approved.
Right. Having said that, I would have no issue if somebody wanted to open, I think Kevin used the word like an embassy, or where I could receive medical treatment that might not be approved by the FDA, but it had been approved in other countries, as long as I knew that I was taking a risk.
Yeah, that's right.
I think it's okay. I think we should have as many options as possible.
Look,
what do you got, PC?
I just did that story on Jason Collins. He went to Singapore for his cancer treatment.
But I also think that, it's you're not risking with money, you're risking with your body, your life, and that's why also it's like sometimes more rigor, more rules can be a good thing to protect.
Oh, by the way, since we're talking about medicine and basketball and stuff, I think it was you sent me a text sometime in the last half hour. Joel Embiid is having his appendix taken out tonight in Houston. He was getting ready to go play the Rockets. He has appendicitis.
It's a super important game for them too, because
if you get your appendix out, Momo, he's done, right? He's not going to be able to play for a couple of weeks.
I think it's I just saw the guy online about the injury specialist guy, Dr. Stotts. He says the average time missed for that is at least a couple of weeks, like 10 games. For people who've had that recently, I don't know. I had my appendix out. I had to have a real surgery, but that was like a long time ago. Okay, here's Jeff Stotts. He says appendectomies are relatively uncommon in the NBA, but have occurred with players like Grant Hill and OG Anunoby undergoing the procedure. The average time lost for in-season surgery is 23 days. Median is 18 days. Okay, so that's why this game for Philly is even more important. Right now, the Sixers and Toronto are on the cusp of the sixth seed. If you get the
so
sixth
they could
seed,
keep him out of the play-in tournament,
right? If Philly can get the sixth seed without Embiid tonight, and finish strong and still climb up into that sixth seed, they get a whole week and a half off, which means he could probably come back in the first round.
I'm going to simplify it. I'm going to simplify it, Momo.
Okay.
I think Philadelphia-Houston is before our game tonight.
Yeah.
I think if Philadelphia beats Houston, I would start saying the Lakers are going to get the 4. It wouldn't be a lock,
right.
But I have Houston winning out. They've won 8 games in a row. They have 3 easy games, not easy, but they have 3 games at home to finish. I think they're going to finish on an 11-game win streak, and the Lakers would have to win all 3 games to hang on to the 4. I had this originally tonight as a loss, and I had tomorrow, second night of a back-to-back, thinking we might rest LeBron as a potential loss. But now, with the news that Steph Curry's out tonight, you had it earlier in the show, there's a possibility Devin Booker could sit tomorrow night, not official.
Also Jalen Green.
That the Lakers actually have a chance. And I think if they win tonight and tomorrow night, if they win both games of the back-to-back, they can finish the job on Sunday and hang on to the 4. So that's why we're bringing all this up. All right, Brian, what do you got?
Fast track.
One of my favorite things to do at night is go to comedy clubs. Love a good stand-up
Me
comedy.
too.
I ran into this dilemma this weekend, though, of a secret headliner. So their whole thing was usually to get in, it's $40, to get in. You see 5-6 different comics do 10 minutes. They were advertising secret headliner, private, no phones, everything for about $250. We thought about it. We didn't take the gamble.
Too much.
That's what
Way
I was
too much,
man.
Those are more expensive tickets than any of the Netflix
like
or the
Olympics
joke
tickets.
stuff.
Go see.
Right.
Weightlifting.
Would you gamble on that on a secret headliner at
Did you
all?
find out who
You
it
did.
was?
You guys, you and Allison did the right thing. Is that who you were thinking about going with? You were going to go with Allison?
I would go with her. And I tried the next day, even Monday, like, who was it? Let me see
who was it?
Who cost that much?
Yeah, because next time you want to know if it was worth it.
Right.
Okay, so here's what you're going to do. Next time, you're just going to go to the Largo. Largo is $50, and every single night they have incredible comedians. And it's like Fred Armisen, Sarah Silverman, John Mulaney, Judd Apatow. It's all fantastic comics, and they bring up their friends.
Cool.
But they have, the friends are oftentimes the secret. So I one time saw a smaller comedian that I like, Chris Fleming, but who came up with him was, Sarah Silverman. So it's that stuff, you never know who's going to stop by. Judd Apatow was a huge mainstay at this place. So if you're looking for a place, they have consistently amazing acts. Go to the Largo. It's in
where's that?
Beverly Center area.
Okay. Brian, I'll give you one more. There's a place called the Comedy and Magic Club in Hermosa Beach, where comedians go to try out new material, and at least once a month, normally more than that, they will have 20 comedians for 5 minutes each. So you pay whatever it costs to get in, and it's reasonable. It's not like $250. I think you do have a 2-drink minimum. You gotta buy a couple of drinks, but you get 20 comedians, and they go 5 minutes each. And I was pretty stunned. Right in the middle of the night, Lisa and I were there. Paul Reiser was one of the comedians. Alan Havey, who was on Mad Men, who Mesa's friend Sue Kalinsky knows, was one of the comedians. So that way you get 20 different people. At least 10 of them hit.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah, but it just goes boom, boom. Like they literally come in, do 5 minutes, get off. And you can get up and leave anytime you want. But you're there for a couple hours, and it's really fun. So, Brian, I didn't know that you guys were into that, but
love it.
At some point, go to that Comedy and Magic Club in Hermosa. I think you'll like it a lot.
Yeah, I'll definitely check it out.
Okay. I'm going to pivot back to the Lakers a little bit. Dodgers are off today, right, Em?
That is correct.
Travel day.
Okay. So, and I think they're coming home to play the Rangers, right? They're opening up a 6-game homestand here over the weekend. Right? I should ask Greg all this stuff. When we come back, we were told that if you lived in Los Angeles and you signed up for the lottery, you'd have a chance to get affordable tickets to the 2028 Olympics. It turns out that may not be the case. We'll explain next. Momo Informace, ESPN LA.
DeMarco and Travis have taken over Afternoon Drive.
Can you drive a stick?
Can you drive a stick?
No.
Not very well.
No.
There you go. Okay.
Not very well.
D?
No. I've done it. I have driven
You're
one.
You're going to need us.
Nope.
You're going to need us.
Weekdays starting at 3 p.m.
Why are we going to need you?
You can't drive stick. You're going to need us.
When
your electric cars break down, you're going to need us.
Yeah.
You said you can't do it, right?
I've tried. I haven't done it successfully, but I can drive a stick.
Out in the middle. You think you're going to get like divine intervention the next time you get behind the wheel?
I did break Briones' car.
It's all about the weight distribution between the clutch and the gas. Oh my God! Don't ever let him near one of your cars.
I can smell the clutch burning already.
I was just going to weight distribution.
Wait,
you want to hear? I hear
Travis, why would you let him behind the wheel?
I don't care.
Afternoons with DeMarco and Travis starting at 3 p.m. on 710 ESPN. The all-new ESPN LA app and live on YouTube.
Feel the vibe, the speed, the adrenaline. The Acura Grand Prix of Long Beach roars back April 17th through 19th. It's a pulsating 200-mile-per-hour beach party. 6 races featuring the sleek MTT Indy cars, IMSA sports cars, and more. Saturday night, rock out with Kings of Chaos. Kids 12 and under free with a ticketed adult. Tickets at gplb.com. The Acura Grand Prix, April 17th through 19th. The Long Beach vibe is back.
Pizza Hut is bringing the heat with their new hand-tossed crust. Crispy and golden on the outside, soft and fluffy on the inside, finished with buttery garlic parm seasoning in every bite. And right now, grab a large pizza with any 3 toppings for just $10.99, delivery or carryout. When you're hungry for big flavor, keep Pizza Hut coming with the $10.99 large 3-topping deal. Order now at pizzahut.com or download the Pizza Hut app.
Limited time offer. Additional charges for extra cheese and toppings, stuffed crust, and original pan.
Less than 4 in 10 kids aged 6 through 12 are playing sports regularly. 4 in 10 kids? Let it sink in. Just 4 in 10 kids. ESPN is building a nationwide coalition powered by Disney called Take Back Sports, with the purpose of training more coaches, expanding access, and creating community-driven sports programming that puts kids and fun first. We're working on that story. We hope you'll join us.
Visit takebacksports.org to learn more.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old.
She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Hey, it's Chris Morales. When it comes to cancer, early detection saves lives. Our friends at Providence remind you that many cancers start with no symptoms, but catching them early can lead to more treatment options and better outcomes. Providence brings together the best minds in cancer care, keeping you in the game with trusted, compassionate support. Take control of your health. Learn more at providence.org/cancer. Providence.org/cancer. Providence, caring with compassion in Southern California.
Mason and Ireland.
They say nobody loses like
sneaky
Steve
bastard.
Mason.
Unbelievable.
Oh, it pays to be a loser, people.
On LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN.
If you're a loser, it pays.
Back to the guys.
Mason and Ireland, Ramona Shelburne, nice enough to sit in for Mace today. And Momo, some people are frustrated that they were promised affordable local Olympic tickets, and it didn't turn out that way. I know you had a personal experience with this. What happened?
Okay, so I basically I typed the error message that I got from the Olympic site into Gemini, and they were like, yeah, this is common. Just go try to log on from a different device. So I did. I logged on from my laptop, and I made.
So wait a minute. Take me back to square one. You applied for the lottery.
Yeah, I got.
You
chosen.
got a note that you were chosen.
Yeah, I got chosen for this one. I couldn't even log in. I tried to log in, and they kept saying it gave me an access denied error message or something. They said they've been having issues with that. It was very frustrating. But I asked Gemini what to do. I just asked Gemini what to do all the time.
And by the way, Gemini is Microsoft's new search engine that basically it's AI that'll tell you how to do anything.
And I think it's better than the ChatGPT, by the way, and it's free. So use that one instead. But they said just log on from another device. So I was able to get on with my laptop. Then I went to, it took me like 3 or 4 times because you have like 20 minutes once your card is open to look through all the tickets. So I'm like, oh man, what do I want? And then you start looking through it, and most of the $28 tickets are gone. Like, you can kind of find them. And I don't mind paying more money for certain tickets, but, like, my main goal was, like, oh, I really want to get some track and field or swimming or something like that. All of those were, anything that was good was, like, $400 a seat. And it was, like, just for a, some of it was prelims, some of it was finals. But, like, I just wasn't going to go that big for something that's 2 years out. Like, do I want to drop a couple grand right now? Like, I was...
Mason probably will.
Yeah,
because he loves the Olympics and he has money.
I do too, but I just I don't know. I'm trying to cut back on spending right now. We just
right. And in our industry, we could probably get passes or press passes.
And I was like, at some point, so you know what I ended up doing is I just bought I bought some Olympic baseball. I think I bought a quarterfinal baseball that was like maybe $100 something a ticket. It wasn't cheap. I ended up spending like $800. It wasn't nothing. And then I bought like 6 tickets to go to the 3-on-3 basketball, which is out in the valley where I live. And I figured
what's the venue for that?
I don't know. It's somewhere in the valley. I know. I just looked at the valley zone.
Or something?
Yeah, it's probably something like that. I'll find it. And I figured, and those are the $28 tickets. So I bought like 6 $28 tickets to go to this prelim.
The Sepulveda Basin Recreation area.
Which is interesting because I don't know a good gym
Is there a lot of seating there?
No, I know where that is. It's like Hanson Dam area.
Temporary outdoor venue with 360-degree views.
There we go. I don't think these are going to be good seats because every time I tried to buy it, they were always upselling me. They were like, "Hey, the next category up is $24 more per ticket. Do you want to upgrade?" And I was like, "No, I do not. I'm trying to get out of here without spending a fortune right now." And then and I think I bought quarterfinal baseball tickets at Dodger Stadium. That could be kind of cool. And then I ended up getting quarterfinals to women's soccer at the Rose Bowl, like 2 tickets of that. So I went bigger on 2 things, and still it was $800. I don't know. I just,
all right, so this is a fundamental disconnect between Emily and me.
Yeah.
Em believes, and Em, if I misstate your position, just jump in.
Yeah.
Em believes that things like this, the Olympics, the Dodgers, the Rams, should not just charge top dollar because they can.
Right.
She thinks that they have an obligation to their fans to have some affordable tickets. Emily, is that a fair representation of your position?
Yeah, a public trust, a public good.
Also, we are spending a lot of money in our city for this. Like, we're already paying for this.
Tax dollars.
Our tax dollars are paying for this.
Right, which is why you can make this argument. But here's my position that will surprise no one. And I've had this position for years. I'm a complete supporter of free markets. I'm a capitalist. If the Olympics wants to charge $10,000 for every seat because they think they can get it, they won't. But if they think they can get it, more power to them. If I open a restaurant, Ramona, and I charge outrageous prices, just ridiculous prices, so high that you and Emily and Brian would never go, that's up to me. I'm probably going to fail, but that's what makes the free market system great. I tell people all the time, the first time I went to the Sphere, have you been there, Momo?
I haven't, but I want to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's the greatest concert experience of my lifetime. Never seen anything like it. It's ridiculously expensive. Like off the chart.
Like $500 a seat at least?
Double that.
Oh, wow. Okay.
The night I went to see U2, I had great seats. The reason I got in is because my friend Harris Rosner, who owns VIP tickets, got me in. And I was able to go. But if Harris, I won't even put that out there because Harris has never been able to not get tickets. If you guys ever need tickets, go to VIP tickets and they'll get you anything. They're unbelievable. But if I didn't have a friend that was in that business, I just wouldn't go.
That's how I was too.
Then you get people that are like influencers and people who are just have the money to spend as opposed to true fans. Like, for example.
Wait a minute. Why can't I be a true fan and I have money?
There are some people that are like that, but I would say the majority of quote-unquote true fans that watch these things day in, day out, there's more people that have less money than people that have a lot of money.
I generally am on John's side, okay, because I think that in general, like, the Lakers are raising their prices or the Dodgers have raised their prices, and like it prices a lot of people out and they're not able to go. And the answer to that is, well, they have a few games a year where they open it up.
And by the way, both the Lakers and the Dodgers give away thousands of tickets.
But they give away, and people complain about like people are on their phones at the stadium, that they're influencers that are just there because they are the ones that either getting, a lot of people are getting get to the tickets as promotional things, or they have the money to spend but just want to be seen.
Yeah,
at
it's
the
like
game.
who you know and all that stuff. I think for something like the Olympics, and I'm speaking as someone who loves the Olympics. I went to China for the Olympics as a fan.
Mason's been to 8 of them.
So I remember in China, the Chinese government gave a lot of their tickets away or sold them at very low cost to locals. And then a lot of those people went around and turned and sold their own tickets off to
of course they did.
Foreign visitors. Okay,
because it's a free market.
Yeah, it's a free market, and we paid a lot of money for whatever. But it was still, I was fine paying some Chinese person who sold me. I bought tickets to track and field from somebody. It was like very weird that I did this. I met I went on like Facebook Facebook or like some kind of marketplace thing. And I met someone at like a metro station, and I was like, this is really weird. It was way out there. And anyway.
Yeah.
But I got the tickets I wanted to see something at the Bird's Nest, and this is the only way I could get them. And we got them, and it was fun. And we went to a prelim thing. But I don't think I paid that much for it. It was like maybe $100 each. But
right.
For somebody in China who probably either got them for free or got them for that was probably a huge windfall for them. And I didn't feel bad about it. But I myself got to the part with like, buying those seats. I feel like we have already invested in the Olympics with our tax dollars, which we have the highest taxes in the country here in Los Angeles. I'm like
maybe
upset about
world.
And maybe the world. I already I'm upset about this. My kid might not be at school next week because of the teacher strike. I'm like, look, pay the teachers their money. My goodness, make it work. There's so much waste and there's so much everything. So to me, it's like we've already paid for these Olympics. I don't know why we need to charge locals, exorbitant sums of money.
Like a college where
Yeah.
lets you go and say, hey,
That's
here's
right.
my
We need a
ID.
student section.
Here's my ID. I live in Los
Yeah.
Angeles. You know, obviously, there's
That's how they
faking
did it.
their IDs,
Guys,
whatever.
that's fine, but they're under no obligation to do it. One of the big arguments that Mason and I have all the time is he, during the football season, gets mad at Rams fans that sell their Niners tickets. Somehow the Niner fans get a hold of all their tickets for the Rams-Niners game. And what I say to Mason is the same thing I'll say now. Those are your tickets.
Yeah.
Tickets are assets that you paid for. If some dumb Niner fan is willing to overpay you so much that it'll cover your entire costs for the other 8 games, why wouldn't you do it?
But this is the
well,
government.
because
There's a
because
public
they're
trust
not
to
going to
this.
cheer for the team. Easy for you to say. You have money.
This is why I think it's different, because it's the government doing
Yeah.
the Olympics rather than a private company.
Correct. Yeah.
So if it's a government sponsored,
You got to double check that. I read a big article today that said the USOC in this case is completely. These Olympics are almost completely privately funded. In other words, like Casey Wasserman and those guys are on the hook if they
we didn't
have
build
overruns.
new venues. We're not.
Right.
Yeah.
was that flame built by people in that?
No, one of the reasons why LA applied is that they didn't have to build a lot of venues, but if the Olympics tend to overrun almost every
but they're
time.
using our transportation dollars to help build
Yeah,
up
we're doing
infrastructure for
LA.
them.
I'm not
stuff,
disputing your
yeah.
point that it is a communal trust here, but what I'm saying is, what if the Olympics goes way over budget, which is not unprecedented?
Yeah,
Matter of
it always
fact,
does,
it's likely. I'm pretty sure. I think like the first $350 million they go over, that is covered by private equity, and then we're on the hook for the rest. So it depends how much. I'd have to read the exact breakdown. But to me, you should charge whatever you want, and if you get it, great. And Momo, maybe I'm the only one. I never get upset if I don't get to experience something. I remember I wanted to go see Hamilton because I'm a big theater guy. And I just had the ticket prices were way too high.
And you're like, no, I'm not going to do that.
And I just said, I'm not doing it. And Mason said, I really, really want to see it. So he paid it. And good for him. I'm glad he did.
I know. And I was the same with Hamilton, and I just waited a while. I think I didn't see it the first time I went to New York when it was really hot. And then I went maybe 6 months later. I happened to go there again on business, and I saw it, and I paid a little less.
My friend Bettina, who works at Amazon, who you've met my friend Bettina, she loved Hamilton so much, I think she's gone like 3 times. She went back with her mom. She went back with her sister. She's like, this is the greatest show of my lifetime. I can't get enough of it. I sat next to her on the Laker plane for a lot of years, and all she did was listen to Hamilton, the soundtrack. And I thought, good for her. It's a love affair that she has, but it was worth it to her that she was willing to pay that money. I wouldn't have paid that money. I thought it was too high. And that's why the free market system works. I don't think anybody is on the hook to give you discount tickets. Now, if these Olympic venues don't sell out, you watch. Those tickets will go on sale, and they won't be as expensive.
Yeah, I also felt weird because I know there's a lot of people who are like, oh, I'm going to buy these for cheap now and then resell them for a profit. I'll make my money back.
You can get burned that
But
way.
you're reselling it also for zero work you did, so you're just making money off of something you didn't build, create, or
But you took a financial risk.
You took a risk. 2 years from now, like maybe those women's soccer final tickets will be U.S. versus Canada, and they'll go for so much money, and you'll be like, whoa, I made money on that. But maybe it won't. Maybe it'll be 2 countries that are not the U.S., and people are dumping your tickets, and you get stuck with them. Like, that's your risk.
Yeah.
I just didn't feel right about trying to, like, upsell my tickets later. I was like, I'm just going to buy stuff I'm going to go to.
All right, Game of Games coming up next. Brian, it's your game today, right?
It's Emily's.
It's Emily's game today.
It's all about the free market. I'm just kidding.
I bet you I'd win.
Yeah.
All right, so that's coming up next. Time to tell you guys about National University. You hear me talk about these guys all the time. Dr. Mark Milliron and the crew at National. This is a company and a school built on Anders. So what's an Ander? An Ander is somebody that might have a family and a job, and they want to get a college degree. National University understands that you need to do that on your schedule. NU offers 150 degree programs with flexible 4 or 8 week online courses designed to fit your life. And you hear me talking about them all the time. I say they offer scholarships all the time. Here's one you can jump on right now. the Believe and Succeed Scholarship. It awards up to $6,000 annually toward an industry current bachelor's or master's degree. They have a great transfer credit policy, year-round enrollment. If you want to enter that, just go to their website, nu.edu. As a matter of fact, their website has answers to any questions you might have if you want to pursue a degree. So write that down, nu.edu. If you want to apply for the Believe and Succeed Scholarship, you need to do that by July 31st. Terms and conditions apply. But go to that website anyway. See if National University is for you. nu.edu, nu.edu, National University.
The black and gold are on a tear in 2026.
And the referee says we're done. LAFC 3, Cruz Azul 0.
Fresh off a statement win over Cruz Azul in the CONCACAF Champions Cup quarterfinals, the black and gold shift back to MLS, where they haven't lost yet. But now, a tough test awaits in Portland. Can LAFC keep the shutout streak alive? Los Angeles Football Club versus Portland Timbers. Pre-game gets going Saturday at 1 p.m. on the ESPN LA app.
If you've been thinking about selling your home and you've heard about Seller's Advantage on the radio or seen them around town, you might be a little skeptical, wondering if they're just another shady company trying to take advantage. But that couldn't be further from the truth. Seller's Advantage has been buying homes from sellers in Southern California for over 20 years. They hold an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau, and there's a reason they have some of the best reviews in town. Seller's Advantage will make you a competitive cash offer that can match what you'd end up with after paying for expensive repairs without the hassle of listing your home. Plus, they take pride in buying on your terms. If you want to sell your home, call Seller's Advantage for a no-obligation offer. 888-390-AS-IS. That's 888-390-AS-IS. 888-390-2747. Or, better yet, go to their website, sellersadvantage.com.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Providence Realty, DRE number 019-15-21-2.
Harry Douglas here to tell you about Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy. It tastes just like the best birthday cake ever. Vanilla, buttery, frosting vibes. It's basically a party in a bottle. And here's the best part. All cake, no sugar. And you know I love my cake. So I get that big birthday energy without any sugar guilt. The bottle's small, easy to toss in my bag, and perfect when I need a quick, tasty caffeine boost to cakeify my day. The Funfetti flavor is back on 5hourenergy.com or Amazon. Crack open a Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy shot today.
It's about time delivery worked on your schedule. Same day, next day, or scheduled in advance. However you plan it, the Home Depot delivers the whole job. From drywall to doors, plumbing to paint, we'll get it there when you need it. Because on the job site, timing is everything. You order, we deliver. It's that easy. The Home Depot Pro. It's about time.
Kings fans, what's up? Back-to-back victories for your Kings.
Evangelista, right-handed shooter.
He holds. He lost the puck. The Kings win.
A shootout victory for the LA Kings.
The playoff race is for real. And tonight, Kings and Canucks, 7:30 p.m. from Crypto. And after the game, your chance to call and be a part of Kings Talk with me, Sam Boney. This game matters. They all matter. Only 5 games left for your Kings. Tonight, 7:30 p.m. Kings and Canucks on ESPN LA, your home for Kings hockey.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio.
I'm a babyface and John's a heel.
John's not a heel.
Exactly. John's the heel.
Mr. 1%'s a heel.
He's a heel.
Well, I'm Mr. 1% and I own it.
Back to Steve Mason and John Ireland.
All right, time for Game of Games. Ramona's in for Mace. Brian's here. It is Emily's game, and we welcome to the program the host of Lakers Talk Daily, DeAndre Hawkins. DeAndre, are you like me? Are you thinking no Steph tonight, maybe no Booker tomorrow night? I had already assumed we were dropping to the 5. Now I'm starting to let my mind think we can steal the 4. Am I crazy?
No, you're not crazy at all. Hopefully the Lakers can stay at the 4. Simple as that.
All right,
They've been
what's
pretty
the game?
bad against Phoenix this year.
Yes, they have.
Yeah, they've lost 3 out of 4, but if Booker doesn't play, I like their chances.
Yeah. And Jaylen Green, and maybe Goodwin, too.
Yeah.
Okay. And what's the game?
The game. On this day, 17 years ago, one of my favorite shows premiered. It is Parks and Recreations. This is a entirely Parks and Recreation.
Have never
game
watched
of
one
games.
episode. It'll be great.
It's
It'll
okay.
be great. Okay,
It's all good.
let's go.
How many seasons did Parks and Recreation run? Was it 5, 6, or 7 seasons? Brian.
6.
DeAndre.
7.
Ramona.
Let's go 7.
I have no
John.
idea, but Momo, as you know, The West Wing went 7 seasons, so I'm going with 7.
It is 7.
Woo! There you go. So who missed that?
Just Brian.
Okay, so Brian, you're the only one alive for Lucky Loser. Here we go.
What is the name of the tiny horse that is the mascot for the town of Pawnee, Indiana?
Okay.
Is that horse's name Tiny Thomas, Lil Sebastian, or Lil Biscuit? DeAndre.
Lil Biscuit.
Ramona.
Sebastian.
Brian.
Sebastian.
John.
I've never seen Parks and Rec,
same.
but Ramona, you sounded so confident.
It's totally a wild guess. I absolutely have no guess.
I'm still
no
going
idea.
Sebastian.
Yeah, it sounded good.
It is Sebastian.
It was the way Emily said it, so that's why it made me think.
All right,
Yeah.
everybody has 2 except Brian, who doesn't have any.
Okay. There's a running gag throughout the show that one character, they keep on changing his name. The first time he's introduced, his name is Jerry Gergich. But in season 3, episode 9, we find out what his real name is because he shows his ID. What is it?
Oh.
Is his name actually Larry, Terry, or Gary? Ramona.
Oh, definitely Gary.
John.
You sound so. I think you're lying. I think you have seen this show. You're brimming
Don't
with
draft
confidence.
off me.
I
Don't
am
draft
drafting
off me.
I'm going with whatever. Whenever I go after you, I'm going with what you go with. Give me Gary.
Okay, Brian.
Terry with the T.
And DeAndre.
Give me Larry.
It is Gary.
I literally have never seen the show.
I think
This is
Ramona
great.
and I are on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
I think you won my last game that I did, so
Yeah.
maybe that's what it is.
No, it's the way you. I'm just going. It's just gut
You
feel.
can read me?
Gut
Okay.
feel.
Will Forte. Oh, so John.
It's because I drink celery juice every morning. That's why.
It's 3 for Ramona, 3 for John, 2 for
Stop
DeAndre,
drafting off me.
All right,
and
John.
Brian is here. All right, I'll go first this time, Momo. I'll go first. So I can't draft off.
Okay.
All right. Will Forte is a guest star in an episode where the town is deciding what to put into a time capsule to remember 2011.
Okay.
What does he really want to put in the time capsule? Does he want to put a shake weight, Twilight, or skinny jeans into the time capsule?
Okay.
John?
I don't think it's a shake weight. I think that's even too weird for Parks and Rec. Give me Twilight.
All right, Brian?
The skinny jeans.
DeAndre?
I'm gonna do Twilight.
And Ramona?
I think shake weight.
It is Twilight.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
His daughter. He wants to get it in there for her anyway. It's very cute.
Okay.
All right, John 4, Ramona 3, DeAndre 3, Brian. Good work. 0.
There we go.
Which of these NBA players did not make a cameo appearance on Parks and Recreation? Keep in mind, this takes place in Pawnee, Indiana.
Okay.
Who did not?
Okay.
Detlef Shrimp, Paul George, or Chris Bosh? Brian.
Chris Bosh.
DeAndre.
I'm gonna go Paul George.
Ramona.
I think it's Detlef Shrimp.
And John.
Ramona, I still think has seen this show, and she's
I
not gonna-
really have not.
Chris Bosh is. This
He
is
would have been on the
exact-
Heat at the same time. This
Yeah,
time.
we all got to know him a little bit. This is exactly something he would
His
do.
kind of a show. Yeah.
Give
Paul
me
George played in Indiana.
Yeah, give me Paul George, Em.
And you're glad you did. It was.
Oh, there we go.
Even though he played for Indiana at the time, he did not make it on the show. And
That's super weird.
Yeah.
That is really weird.
It should be Paul George. Paul George should have been on.
Yeah.
Come on,
the
what's going on
only-
with his agents? CAA, come on.
And
I know
Chris-
his agents.
And Chris Bosh played the rival town's ringer for.
And
basketball.
Detlef Shrimp is so obvious, so obviously weird that it should
All right.
be him. Yeah.
John 5, DeAndre 4, Ramona 3, Brian Bupkis. How many are left, Em?
There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left.
All right, so go ahead. Anytime.
What is the name of Andy, Chris Pratt's character's band in the show? Is his band called the Neutral Milk Hotel, Mouse Rat, or Vampire Artist? DeAndre.
What was the first one? Neutral Milk?
Neutral Milk Hotel.
I'll do that one.
Ramona?
What was B?
Mouse Rat.
That's one.
John.
I'm back to drafting off Ramona. Mouse Rat.
And then Brian.
I'll go with the one no one guessed. C.
Okay, it is Mouse Rat. So
dropping off me.
This strategy is brilliant.
The Neutral Milk Hotel is actually a real band that is referenced in the show. Okay.
Ireland 6, Ramona and DeAndre 4, Brian Bupkis. I'll start going first.
All right, John. How many Emmys did Parks and Recreation win throughout its run? Did they win 0 Emmys, 2 Emmys, or 4 Emmys? This is across all categories. John?
Okay, give me the choices again. 0, what were the other two?
0, 2, or 4. 2 and 4.
Give me 2.
Okay, Brian.
0.
And DeAndre.
I'm going to take 0.
Momo needs to go.
Ramona.
4.
It is 0.
Oh, Brian! Oh, BC, you're out.
3 left.
Okay.
And so
I got to make a move. I'm 2 behind because John keeps drafting on me.
And John, you're still going
I
first.
do, but I'll still go first. So John 6, DeAndre 5, Ramona 4. And how many are left?
3 left.
Okay.
So Ron, the character played by Nick Offerman, has multiple ex-wives, but all with the same name.
Okay.
What is their name?
It's really funny.
Is it? This show is amazing.
It's really, yeah.
Is the wife's names Tammy, Barbara, or Donna? John.
In honor of Steve Mason's mom, give me Donna.
Okay. DeAndre?
Give me Barbara.
And Ramona.
Give me Tammy.
It is Tammy!
Oh, no! Tighten it up! All right, how many
I was just
left?
trying to make a move.
2 left. 2 left.
All right, 2
Let's
left.
go.
I lead by 1.
Let's go.
Okay.
Oh, am I going to clip for
And you
this
can't
thing?
draft off me.
I know, I'm going first every time now. Okay. If you
Fred
catch me, I'm making you go first.
Fred Armisen made a guest appearance as the mayor of a sister city to Pawnee. So not in Indiana, the sister city. What country did he come from? Was he from Madagascar, Argentina, or Venezuela? John.
Give me, you said Madagascar. What was the second one?
Argentina or Venezuela?
Argentina.
Okay, Argentina. DeAndre?
Madagascar.
And Ramona?
Venezuela.
It is Venezuela!
Oh, my goodness.
God damn it.
Yes! Okay, listen, I'm going to tell you my thought process there is that she did 2 South American countries and 1 random European country. So therefore, I thought it was one of the 2 South American countries.
All right,
And John picked Argentina, so I picked Venezuela. That was how I chose
I
that
handed it to you. All right.
Yes, let's go.
It's Ramona 6.
Okay.
John 6. DeAndre 5.
All right. So we're going to have Ramona guess first here?
Let's go.
Yeah, Ramona goes first. How many are left?
I'm going to stand up.
The last one.
Let's go.
That's the last
DeAndre,
one.
you have to go
Okay,
opposite
Momo,
them.
come on.
Cool.
Let's go. Let's go.
What R&B artist is the character of Donna related to? Genuine, Luther Vandross, or Jodeci?
Ooh.
Ramona.
Momo.
Genuine.
John.
I'm drafting off Momo.
No.
Genuine.
And DeAndre. Luther Vandross or Jodeci?
You can catch us, D. Get this right.
Give me Jodeci.
It is Genuine.
Oh, you're so full of crap.
Drafting off me. I'm
Mo-
literally
Ramona,
just guessing.
You are so full of it that you've never seen
I've
this
never
show.
seen one episode.
Honestly,
John,
Ramona,
I am not
watch
a good
this show.
liar. There's no way I could keep this up if I was
so
lying.
It all comes down to the tiebreaker me against Momo.
I'm
By the way,
actually
guys,
the only advantage I have is that I am looking at Emily every time she reads
yeah, you
the
can look at
answers.
her face.
I should look
Yeah.
down.
Okay, and what's the tiebreaker?
And by the way, if you want to watch this show, start at season 2. Okay. How many episodes of Parks and Rec aired? It had 7 seasons.
Okay.
How many episodes aired?
Oh, okay.
When you have a number, give it to me.
Okay, hold on. 135.
I wrote down, because The West Wing ran 7 seasons and ran 144. So I wrote down 144. You were 135, Momo?
Yeah.
All right, who won, Em?
You have a winner. And that winner is Ramona Shelburne.
Oh, no!
It was 124 episodes because season 1 was very short. So they had a short first season.
Oh, way to go, Momo. That's a great comeback.
Yes!
You probably deserve to win since I drafted off you the entire time.
That was so great.
Congratulations.
Thank
well
you.
earned.
Thank you, everyone.
All right, you guys, I got to pack up and go hit this bus.
Oh,
So,
that's
Momo,
so
I'm gonna let you handle it. Who wins tonight? DeAndre, what do you think?
Lakers. Give me the
Lakers
Lakers.
by 13.
No. It's going to be closer than that.
No, they're playing no one tonight.
Yeah, give me the Lakers.
Well,
Guy
who do you think-
Santos is going to lead the Warriors.
Wait,
Come on.
who do you think's going to lead the Lakers? They have LeBron and a bunch of guys.
That's enough.
Yeah, Luke Kennard.
Did you watch the
Dude.
Dallas game?
Yeah, it's going to be. Listen, as long as JJ doesn't yank people out 30 seconds into the stint, they'll be fine.
Okay, Momo, I'll let you to tackle with Travis and DeMarco.
Okay.
D, thanks for filling in. And talk to you guys tomorrow in studio. Go Lakers. Crosstalk next.
It's DeMarco Farr and Travis Rogers for your afternoon drive.
Travis, hand me those red ones. Thank you.
Why don't you just buy headphones?
Why don't you shut up?
Well, no, you're doing.
Why don't you shut up and leave me alone?
You know,
already start with me.
Of the Power
You can't
Six,
even say hello yet.
of the Power Six hosts, which are the 6 hosts with their own show here, all 6 of them have their own headphones. At this level, you would think that.
So what's your point?
DeMarco and Travis have taken over Afternoon Drive. Weekdays starting at 3 p.m. on 710 ESPN.
Hey, it's John Ireland. Here in Los Angeles, our water is filled with chemicals and chlorine. That's why I got a Life Source Water whole house system. Life Source cleans and conditions water from every tap. No salt, no regular maintenance, no more harsh skin irritating city water. Upgrade your water and your life with Life Source. I did it and I'll never go back. For April, ask for the ESPN LA special. Get $500 off plus free installation for new customer. Call 800-WATER-99 or visit LifeSourceWater.com. Life Source Water, it's not just better, it's essential.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. That's 2,000 children every single day. It's a heart-wrenching reality that we can no longer ignore. Find the Children is a non-profit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted vehicle, running or not. Call 1-800-294-0222. We guarantee that you will receive the maximum tax deduction. We provide fast, free pickup with 24-hour response. Call 1-800-294-0222. Find the Children provides crucial resources to help find missing children and educational materials to teach kids how to recognize and avoid predators. Our recovery programs have a proven track record of reuniting kids with their families. It's time to act. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Help us build a world where every child is safe. Pick up the phone and call 1-800-294-0222. Together, we can bring these kids home safely. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles. It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. Super Crosstalk. It's time for Super Crosstalk.
Do we woo-woo?
Game on!
Woo!
I mean, you know, you're here every day, man.
Do we woo-woo? When Mason's not here?
I think so.
Okay.
Someone's got to do it.
It started as a Cappy thing. It started as a love boat.
Cappy started that. Well, Cappy started with the love boat, but the woo-woo is Mason on a zip line.
That is true.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
That is true.
Mason on a zip line, that's where it came
And then
from.
Greg, when he went to wherever it was Mason was zip lining.
Probably Costa Rica.
Costa Rica, yes, it was. Then I believe Greg started doing the woo-woo as well. on the zip line.
Oh, Emily, do we woo-woo when Mason's not here or no?
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
It's whatever you want to make.
There you go.
Oh, and then
There you
that
go.
segued into Cappy with the woo.
Yeah.
Well, Cappy's always got to add something.
Yeah, he's got to.
He's got to make it his own. Then he brings in the megaphone.
He does
and the
do
love
that.
boat.
He's
Oh,
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Cappy's a master. Is John still with us?
No, John's gone.
Okay.
Oh,
he's
gone.
on a bus.
Oh, he's
We're not
rolling
waiting
out.
for him. It's,
Okay.
it's,
I got
it's
so
just
many
us.
questions for you, but I don't want to ask all of them on air.
Okay, you get two.
You know what I want to ask you?
You get two.
I don't want to ask that one. Not on air.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then ask the second one.
About,
That's
you
proper.
know, photographs and people and whatnot. And that
Oh, yeah,
story that's
don't
going
ask
on.
that on Yeah.
I want to know so bad. I want to know
Yeah.
everything.
Okay, what's
Yeah.
your second question?
What's your other
that's
one?
On air.
I just forgot it for a second. No, okay, no, I was good. I did. I blanked for a minute.
Chocolate or vanilla?
No, chocolate.
Yeah,
Thank
duh.
you. There you
Obviously.
go. I was going to ask you yesterday about AR's connection with the Laker fan base because I saw this little, not little.
People love Austin Reeves.
Oh, tell me why.
Hillbilly Kobe.
Hillbilly.
They love him. They love
Hillbilly
him.
Kobe. So
He's
the
the
hillbilly
new
part
Caruso.
is a major part of that.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's also the same reason they love Caruso. Okay, they were was he undrafted or second round?
he's
Undrafted. Undrafted.
So it's the Rocky story.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
like this
okay.
this dude who, I mean, look, he played at Oklahoma. It's not like he came from nowhere, and Caruso played at Texas Tech. Those are real schools. Those are Big 12 schools. But they weren't drafted. They kind of don't look the part, right? They're this,
I got you.
Right?
Oh, that's part of the story. Okay, but
Caruso's the bald mamba.
They don't look the part is a very politically correct way of saying it.
Oh, that they're white? Yeah. Yeah, but they also don't look
No,
the
they
part.
don't look the part. But
It's
they-
like literally like I mean, there are white dudes who look the part.
Sure.
Like this guy does.
Reeves could
he's
sort
kinda-
of look the part. Caruso
does
absolutely
not look the part.
No,
Yeah.
Caruso.
Caruso does not even
He looks
sort
like an
of look-
accountant or
AR
something,
looks
you know?
the part, doesn't he?
Austin?
AR looks the part of like an athlete. Like, he's like a 6'5", 6'5", 6'5".
I don't think Austin looks the part. He's not like built or anything. He's not. I don't even think he would look like a football player.
He doesn't stand out like Caruso. You know what I mean? Like he looks like a baller.
He has hair.
Maybe that's it. Maybe that's why.
Caruso was like balding.
Did Adam Morrison
23.
look the part?
Adam Morrison?
A little bit. He had a little more. He has a little like a Durant kind of figure.
Okay.
He's got long arms and legs.
He's
and stuff
lankier.
Lankier.
Looked unclean.
He did look unclean.
Yeah, he did.
And remember, too, he entered the league with, like, the Larry Bird mustache and the long hair.
Yeah.
And he had a certain swagger about him.
He has, like, an athleticism to him. Like, Austin, to me, always looks kind of herky-jerky out there. Like, a little – it's like he'll score 25, but it was a rough 25, right? Like, he's never smooth out there.
The try-hard guy?
Yeah, the try-hard guy.
The try-hard guy. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he began, like, when Austin first entered the league, he was a try-hard guy. Like, it's difficult to remember now because so much time has passed and his role has expanded. He began first as a defense guy.
Yeah.
Like a guy that you put out there to just try his best to guard one of the best perimeter players.
Go stay in front.
Yeah, like that. Like do all of the dirty
but
work.
He has that like basketball IQ, and he's a playmaker. And then I think he's gotten much better as a creator. Like he's a legitimate creator. To me, he's the Jaylen Brunson to Luka's. When Luka was in Dallas. Like, he's got that role. Except I think he's a better defender than Brunson. Probably not as good of a scorer, but he's
just having a discussion. Like if you're trying to improve the roster and trying to improve the Lakers.
Let me give you a comp. You know who Austin Reeves is to the Rams?
Who?
It's like Cooper Kupp.
Is he really? Cooper Kupp was like a dude that's. I was about to be disrespectful. Like legit, Cooper Kupp was a problem.
Yeah,
like,
but
like an issue.
Wasn't he drafted like a 3rd-round pick or something? Like, what was he drafted?
I guess he was overlooked by the way he looked, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But
scrappy.
Cooper Kupp was like Triple Crown guy.
I know. He turned into that.
Yeah.
He developed into that.
Austin Reeves, had he not have gotten hurt this year, I think at minimum would have made the All-Star team.
Okay.
I think he would have this year made it. Had he not gotten hurt at all, the track he was on
the numbers he was putting up.
Yeah. I'm not saying all NBA, but I'm saying all star. Okay. I think he would have made it.
I agree.
I don't know about all NBA. That's harder to make.
The only thing the reason I brought it up is if you're trying to improve the Lakers, is he untouchable? And it seems like he was. Like he wouldn't be a part of the piece.
Here's the biggest problem with Austin is because he got hurt so often this year, and it often coincided with either when Luka or LeBron was also hurt. We don't have the answer to the fundamental question that was raised during last year's playoffs, which is, can you win with Luka and Austin as your starting backcourt? Because defensively, they are somewhat liabilities. Mm-hmm. Now, I did more of a deep dive into Luka's defensive stats this year, and he's actually way better defensively than he has been in the past. And, I mean, I could go find him. I know he's out now, so I think these stats are still...
I mean, look, if the eye test confirms he's been better defensively, beyond whatever numbers and data you're going to pull up. If you just the last 6 or so weeks before Luka got hurt, he had been playing not just like passable defense, he'd actually been good defensively.
Yeah. Since the All-Star break, Luka led the NBA in total steals. Okay. On the ISO front, you could say Luka switched 72% of the time when defending on-ball screens as the screener. Okay, the highest rate in the NBA. In other words, everyone was trying to get Luka to switch onto them. Okay. Mm-hmm. When he switches as the screener defender, the Lakers allow 0.84 points per direct play. That's the best in the NBA among players to switch at least 150 times. In other words, teams were trying to switch Luka onto the player with the ball, and he actually did a really good job.
It's funny, actually. I think doing that in a lot of ways hurts your ability to abuse Luka or use Luka if that's the plan, because all of that involves a screen, and it slows things down. Yeah. And you're actually getting in the way of the ball handler getting to the basket. You have a much better chance if you just try to blow by Luka.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Like if you're actually involving him, like in pick and rolls, targeting him, I actually think you're kind of helping him out.
How'd you get to Luka? What happened to AR?
Oh,
in the trade piece.
It's because I was
right.
saying, I was saying, like, we don't have the answer to whether or not a starting backcourt of Luka and Austin can win is good, or are they good enough? Because the answer is incomplete.
Right. Okay.
Luka, I think, improved defensively. I don't think we saw enough of Austin and him together to know if that duo can really win.
These playoffs were supposed to be a lot about information to help Rob make his decisions this offseason. And also, too, to evaluate how much JJ has grown as a coach.
You know,
they're not going to get a lot of
That's
this.
a Bergman theory. Well, he proposed. Is it
well,
a
you
good
listen
or
to
bad?
Greg?
Huh?
You listen to Greg's
Well, he
theories?
was on the show. We couldn't. He just he would just throw it out there.
I thought you went to the Bergman University content school.
He was standing back there on the show, so he threw it out there. But he did ask a good question about whether or not AR playing in the playoffs was a good thing, like because you didn't get to evaluate him in the playoff scenario. You know, all you have to go on is last year. I'm willing to fudge it. He looked pretty good.
Good defined how?
What do you mean?
Like when you say it's a good thing, I don't understand how it'd be a good thing.
He was asking, was it a good or a bad thing for Austin Reeves that you didn't get to see him in the postseason this year?
No, it's not a good thing because his playoffs last year were not good.
Like his playoffs last year, I agree with that. But it's just going to come down to how much somebody else would pay Austin.
Right.
Like we can do all this stuff about we don't have enough sample size or information. But guess what? You know what it comes down to? Does Brooklyn throw a lot of money at him, or does Utah throw a lot of money at him? If they're going to throw, however much they're going to throw at him, is how much the Lakers are going to have to pay him. That's it. It's just
why are those two teams?
They have the money.
They have the money to pay him,
and they have a need for a player like that. Utah's the team that I would watch just because. Okay,
Jokes
I know,
writing themselves,
I know,
baby.
It really does.
Jokes writing themselves.
Right back to the top.
I know, but they did. They are
Love
going
a
to try
statue
to
before he even arrives.
Look, they're going to try to win next year. Like they look like they're trying to win. They went and traded for Jaren Jackson Jr. They're going to have a top 5 pick probably this year. Keontae George was really good until they basically stopped playing him because they are trying to lose.
At this point, I expect her to keep Walker Kessler. I mean,
they might, yeah.
I would think they would because him and Jaren Jackson
That'd be a great
Jr.
duo.
together, that's a great defensive front line.
They already have Lauri Markkanen. Like Austin Reeves is the kind of guy that could really help them as a shooting guard. And if you're trying to win and you want to get some veterans who've been there, like that's a great guy to add. And in addition to what you have obviously surmised is fit in Utah.
Yeah,
Trace Leches.
That would be, when I say wider, I mean the other one if he goes to Utah. The floor would be wider.
Him, Laurie, and Walker Kessler, Trace Leches, man. Works really well.
Oh my God. Love to see that. That'd be awesome. That would be awesome.
But I think, like, Brooklyn is another one. I don't think Brooklyn makes as much sense just because they're not necessarily close enough to win.
I would be stunned if Austin would be willing to spend his prime years in like the most
I'd rather
rebuilding,
stay here.
the most rebuilding of rebuilding situations. It's also what makes Austin tricky. And this is, I think DeMarco gets back to the idea of why the Lakers or everyone expects the Lakers to keep him. Some of the sign and trade scenarios that you've heard about who the Lakers want, like a Trey Murphy, for example. I don't picture Austin signing up for his prime years rebuilding with the Pelicans. I don't picture him signing up to rebuild with the Bucks.
Depends on how much you pay me.
I'm guessing the difference won't be that much more than what the Lakers would give him. And the Lakers is a way better situation. There's more marketability. He likes it. Like he really likes it here. He does not want to leave. I'm not saying he wouldn't leave, but I would be stunned if he would be willing to do a sign and trade that sends him to Milwaukee. I'd be very, very surprised.
I mean, look, I think just knowing how the NBA works and who's free agents, et cetera, the most likely thing for the Lakers to do with their salary cap space is to use it to accept somebody on another contract.
Mm-hmm.
Like not necessarily to get free agents, but to trade for somebody into their space. That's how the NBA works now.
It's a very
and that does what?
So look at all the teams that are expected to win this year, right? So teams like New York, Cleveland, Minnesota, who came in with at least finals or conference finals aspirations. Only 4 of those can make the conference finals. The ones that don't have to look in the mirror and say, do we have enough? We're paying lots of money to these guys. Should we just restart? Should we just, trade some of these guys and try a different configuration? And especially when they're paying a lot of money to these guys, especially when people make a lot. So I think, like those types of teams that I've talked about.
Yeah.
That's what you got to look at. Like Cleveland. Let's see what happens with Cleveland if they don't win.
Detroit?
No, they're still on their way up. They still got some time left with that group.
I think it could be interesting there, but but Emily's telling me.
Oh, we gotta go. Okay.
Emily's saying we got to go.
We're having
Emily's
fun.
in charge. I'm going to be up with DeMarco coming up next. Travis and DeMarco. See you, Momo. 710 ESPN.
And it is the 15-minute mark right here on 710 ESPN. On the all-new ESPN LA app and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
The 15-minute mark on